Hey y'all, I'm back. Woo. Omni, what's happening, sister? Woo, woo. Tell him to get up on our level here. This is the man. That's what you tell them when they start coming. When they come, you gotta tell them to get up on my level. Okay. Let me stop acting stupid. Hey, everybody. Queen Common Sense back in the building. Ooh, child. Whew. That full moon, hunty. That full moon, hunty. We got to talk about some stuff today. Lord. We need to chat. I'm just hitting up my peoples real quick because they said if you don't send me the link, I'm gonna be upset with you. So I got to do that. Yeah, child. Ooh, we talking about professional victims and their chaos. Yes, ma'am and sir. Ooh. Yeah. I'm just decompressing from a few things because it's been a good roll here these past couple of weeks. We're gonna chat about these professional victims. We're gonna do a universal reading real quick too. And it was interesting. I mean, you missed it. I think you may have caught the playback last evening when I did my powwow. We had some cretins come through and they got red, hunty. So that was interesting. And then I just have a problem with lack of accountability. You know, when you lack accountability and you create negative situations for yourself, you don't in turn get to play the victim in that circumstance that you created for yourself. That's something that really truly makes me itch. I'm just saying. Um, Righteousness is not something that you wear like a coat. Um, you don't get to take it on and off and hop the damn fence when you write a check that your ass can't cash. I'm just saying. Like Murphy's Law, what goes up must come down. If you involve yourself in it and you make a choice to invest your energy into something, you then must examine it and be prepared for the outcome before you make a move. Often the cause gets ignored. Yes, ma'am. Uh, this is just my opinion on that. It's especially ugly on black women when we don't own up to the bullshit that we do. It could be anything. It could be any situation. Um, Once we reach a certain stage in our life, it's just a certain standard that we should hold for ourselves. When we going about the village, um, being of service to others, uh, whatever we do, it's a standard that you hold for yourself. Once you reach a certain stage in your life, once you experience certain things, you endure, you survive, you fight, you fall, you get back up, you brush your shoulders off, you pop your collar, all of that. You just have to have a certain standard that you hold yourself to, that nobody else can lower you from that standard. In any circle that we go and enter into, we inject our energy into, we share, exchange, whatever, that standard should always be the same for everybody when you're interacting on a frequency of being open, communication. That's important. So if your energy is not clear and you bring something that is vexing, we don't get a chance to turn around and say, oh my goodness, your response to me was uh, just inappropriate. Now, I think about that because everybody is not on the same frequency. Everybody doesn't have the same understanding. Everybody's going through something. Sometimes we just have a million things on our mind and things don't come across the way that we normally would receive it if our head was clear and our thoughts were in the present. Because sometimes I have a million things on my mind. Somebody could say something. I'm like, huh? I don't get it. Sometimes it is in the delivery. Saying all that, we know that. That's obvious. We still have a standard. We still have a responsibility, you know, especially when you're an energy worker, when you are in a spiritual journey, you are sharing your spiritual gifts to be of service, because that's one of the three major, major universal laws, is always be of service. Do no harm and protect those that are more vulnerable than you. That is the three top laws of the magician, the witches, the empaths, the psychics, the energy benders, the dark workers, those of us who don't use our gifts and talents for manipulation and for cause and effect on a negative intent. As a woman, I think it makes you appear watered down if you have no personal accountability for the things and the choices that you make and the things that you do. And once that situation takes a life of its own, it's overwhelming. However, instead of getting caught up in the rapture of what is going on, in your cipher, we need to really examine, how did I get here? What were the chain of events of the timeline that put me in this whirlwind of whatever? Had I not engaged, had I not invested my energy into this, maybe my present situation would be different. I'm being deliberate and speaking, taking my time because I'm a little ticked off, you know. So, and I don't want to get my blood pressure up on tonight. It's a beautiful night. You had a beautiful, peaceful day. You know, blessings coming all the way around 360 degrees. We had an awesome new moon ritual and post morning ritual. I had beautiful exchanges with a couple of my clients the past 2 days. So I'm trying to keep that positive energy rolling. Yes, peace is so beautiful. You can get a lot done. Hey, J Man, watch out for those horrors and horror mongers. Yes, them hooker hoes, them street walking hybrid motherfuckers. It. As a woman, I'm just gonna speak to the women. I'm gonna speak, as a woman, not to take away from our brothers, not to put you on a back shelf right now, but we gonna just let you have a rest. We're gonna let you be fed right now, brothers, and we're gonna talk about these watery woman code having motherfucking women. Um, Professional victims. I see that a lot in our nation. Professional victims. I'm watching little snippets of stuff, reality TV, real life, uh, sitcoms, all kind of media, social media, just a lot of drama, lot of chaotic interludes going on. Um, Public places, shopping mart, food mart, libraries, shopping malls, government buildings. People seem to be addicted to drama. And whenever corrected, whenever something is realigned against what the common mainstream is, there's always backlash and pushback on there. No, everybody's not going to always agree. However, that's standard. That's standard. Impulse control should be intact. Personal accountability and ownership of what led me into this situation. How do I figure out, let me backtrack and see where I may have gone wrong. We got to learn how to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, which is we wrecking ourselves now because we have no personal accountability and we got watery ass woman code. There's just a certain thing, certain place, certain arena that we don't visit, that it doesn't deserve our energy. It doesn't serve our highest good to engage in certain things. And then if we do, sometimes you can't avoid it. Sometimes you just have to kind of take your crown off, take a couple of steps down, and really just get with somebody, and make sure you did that issue so that you can continue to move forward. Sometimes we can't avoid it. When you do your best to gracefully exit a situation and the other side of that equation continues to press those hood booger buttons, try to wake up the hood booger, that's another thing. Um, there just comes a time where we need to own up to our shit, just simply put. It comes a time where we need to stop trying to have people validate our sickness just because we are female. We need to examine what our patterns are to see and truly enlighten ourselves. How the hell did I get in the middle of this shit? What did I say? What did I do? What did I miss? What did I not do as a woman, as a lucid, mature, forward thinking woman, evolutionary, as a servant, as a teacher, as a guide, as a follower, a student, um, as a leader in my home, or whatever. We sometimes wake up in a bunch of bullshit and we're like, oh gosh. Personal accountability. You know what? I should not be intermingling with certain energies because it's damn above my pay grade. Fuck with that. So I need to move around, and I'm gonna move around in silence. I'm gonna keep it close to the vest, and if I engage with these certain energies, I am prepared for what the outcome might be, which could possibly be A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever. So if those scenarios happen, I know dignified exit plan where everybody is left holding the same energy that they came with or better. You know, that's just my view. That's just my view. I don't expect nobody to think like that or what have you. However, seeing your highest good and reaching for your highest good, you want to improve your energy interactions ongoing. Each time you come in contact with someone. For example, every reading that I give, I try to improve the next time. I practice on myself. I practice on the dog. I practice on, people in my family. And I try to stay open and clear. And if I'm missing something, that's why we have an hour session, because I want you to be able to talk as well as receive as a client or the querent. I'm just really struggling with this subject because it's so much to cover and it's so many options, and scenarios we can go with but it's just overall personal accountability and professional victims. We need to look deep down in there and figure out why we cannot own up to our shit, especially when we volunteer for it. There ain't no victims in any situations, only volunteers. Um, like I always say, if you're not bleeding, half dead, or all the way dead, you're not a victim. When you engage in something, you're not no victim. When you enter into a situation, whether it's unsuspecting, I didn't know this was going to happen. Okay, now it's happening. How are you going to relieve yourself of it? How are you going to improve, diffuse the situation? Instead of complaining about what happened to you, what's happening to you, what this one did, what that one did, how did you enhance that situation to make it uncomfortable? How did you engage to heighten the negative energy? Are you going to reflect on that and own up to it? That's all part of healing, acceptance. You know, sometimes things are just so jacked up, it's not nothing we could do about it. We just need to just leave it like that. And sometimes those things kind of work themselves out, and then we're inspired later, other times, to be able to revisit it and bring some repair to it. And then sometimes it's just fucked up and you can't do nothing about it, and it's just the way it is. Keep moving. Let it go, cut the cord, bind that situation, leave it where it is, and move on. Do you think it's okay for a man to have the time to play before you find the one, as long as you're not making babies? Everybody should have a time where they experiment to get to know themselves in every way. You know, of course, responsibly, like you said. We are adults and we know how to protect ourselves and each other. Although lately we haven't been doing a very good job of that shit. And it's important to be honest when you do explore or play or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and if the woman is cool, yeah, both have to be, yeah, both have to be in, on the one, knowing what's up. You know, I always say if I don't set any expectations for a situation, I won't ever be disappointed. If you don't have expectations for somebody or something, you won't be disappointed. So, personal accountability, professional victim, you don't get to play the victim in the circumstances you created for yourself. When you have stuck yourself in something, you've started a chain reaction, especially when you're dealing with negativity, negative people, negative situations. Negative people always are creating some negative shit because they're miserable. They're lost, they're confused, they're envious, they're feeling slighted. They're feeling slighted. And I mean, we could keep it real because when we do some stuff, we look back on it in retrospect. Like I always say, hindsight is 2020. You look back on some shit you did or some shit you was involved in. You know what? That was some dumb shit. I don't even know why I wasted my time with it. Why I even had input on it. I should have took a graceful exit and said no, thank you. That exemplifies a very strong, potent woman code. When we can go back and go, you know what? That was some dumb shit that I just did. I wasn't thinking, and I got caught up. It turned out to be kind of fucked up. So you know what, everybody, I'm sorry for my contribution to this being jacked up. That's rare now, especially when you're dealing with individuals who are caught up in that holding pattern. Our actions determine the outcome of a situation, how we handle it. It's not what you do, it's how you damn do it. How you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you know, how you reign over your emotions, how you reign over your actions, how you reign over yourself as a whole, as a person, how you invest in picking and choosing and what's worth your time and energy and what's not. A lot of people have a problem with letting go of situations. A lot of times it is guilt. A lot of times it's lack of comprehension to, the outcome, the ramifications, the consequences behind what they've said or done or what they've involved themselves in. It's embarrassing to own up and say you fucked up. Let's just keep it real. It's embarrassing. You feel humiliated. You feel like, okay, people are now judging me. I'm going to get heat and backlash from this because I indicated and put the spotlight on myself and said, that was me. My bad. A lot of people let that just slide under the radar, especially if there's no witnesses to how we fucked up. A lot of times, I was, because I was inspired to do this with Bishop Eddie Long. I caught snippets of that most recent. thing, and him looking really, really sickly, and just going back over all the stuff that happened, and transpired. Like, I still have not gotten wind of him owning up to shit. Like, nothing at all, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people do it. It's not just women, but I'm a woman, so I'm talking about women who do it too. That was an example of lack of personal accountability. Another example is, Creflo Dollar, with a lot of shit going on with him. And it's not just Christians. Those are the two that popped in my mind. You know, it just seems to me there's a pattern, though, in that sect of people that's contagious and has been a generational curse that has been inherited ongoing. And I'm just pointing it out. Like, I'm not the only one that sees it. I know that. But I want to talk about it in such a way to where, maybe we'll have more people call that shit out more often to try to put the brakes on it. Like, cause I'm just really outdone at how it's a small world. It's a small world, and you never know who knows who. People run in big circles nowadays, and the chain reaction of being irresponsible with your energy is a very, very morbid thing. You know, these days with women, I think single parenthood is like one of the best things that could happen to her compared to being exposed to stuff like what's going on with Eddie Long. And a lot of women are very broken, and they have the mindset like they don't have a choice. And they stand by and support these particular people with no personal accountability because they feel like it's not worth it to let go of all the benefits that come along with this situation. No matter how fucked up it is, I'm gonna stay and stand by this nigga who done embarrassed me, humiliated me, and pretty much displayed himself as a fucking hypocrite. Where's the personal accountability in this shit? Because women who do that to themselves, are sending a message to younger women, young girls, other women their own age, that it is okay to accept abuse, dysfunction, and somebody else that has no rigid standards. And I've been called all kind of different shit for just not fucking with certain shit, not getting involved with certain stuff, pushing things away from me that I'm just not going to engage in. Rejection causes a lot of drama and bullshit when you like, look, I can't fuck with that, and I'm not going to fuck with that, and you're not going to make me fuck with that. And no matter what you say, what you do, how you act, when you get to slinging shit around, I'm still starved. That's what it will be. Call it what you want. It's just certain things I'm not gonna do, and certain people I'm just not gonna fuck with. It's just certain situations I refuse to open up to. It's just the way it is. And that speaks a lot to somebody's character when there is no bar low enough that they will crawl under. If they feel like they can sneak under the door with their fucking hat on, that tells me a lot about somebody's character. You know, and look, yeah, he's dying. He's wasting away pretty quick there, bruh. You know, it's a little frightening. It's a little scary. And a lot of that is guilt, and will eat away at you. You know, the obstinance of refusing to own your part. People always make an excuse and go, well, it's not all my fault. Correct. But that's a half truth. It's not all my fault. Okay. What I'm looking for is you to see if you recognize your part. I'm not asking you to excuse yourself of all the responsibility. I'm asking you to hold yourself accountable to your part. The fact that it's not all your fault does not make the situation any better. And, the healing can't begin until every participant owns their own energy and understands it. That's another thing that Black women in general I've seen, not all the time, generally speaking, with this petty party, petty wop bullshit, they always want to deflect off on what they did. Well, you know what? They did it. So, yeah, but that ain't you, though. Generally speaking, there is no accountability for what these type of people do. They don't want to own up to it and comprehend how it affects others. It's not that hard because I'm a good communicator. I'm a decent communicator. Okay, I can get a point across very clear, very direct. I shoot straight from the hip. It's hard for me to beat around the bush, and I have reached back in my lexicon to pull out $100 words so that I can convey my message, and the delivery is better. When I'm doing readings, when I'm talk out and about promoting things, such as Butterfly Totem. And by the way, if you have a little pocket change to spare on tonight, you can book your reading, which is a 1 hour session with me live, $20 or $10 via email. If you have something, a hot burning something you need to look deeper into, shoot me an email after you hit that support button and say whatever it is on your heart, and we'll dig down into it. And my lovely baby sister, who is also on the East Coast, she inspired me to do a video recording because we couldn't connect to do it live. And I didn't want to do just some generic, here it is, type it up, there you go, these are what the cards say, this is what I feel through the cards, and that's that. That's kind of boring. So I did a video because I hadn't seen her in a minute. She hadn't seen me in a minute. We hadn't heard each other's voice in person. So, bam, that's why I did that, and I think it went over well. I'll do that too for you, read. You want a video, and you can't get to me live, busy, whatever, do that too. Some people are shy. Their first reading, they don't want to be looking right in my face. They're like, oh God, no. So I'll do a video um, like that. So comprehension, that comes along with empathy. And you can't possibly be a spiritualist growing in your spirituality, whatever it is, a good servant, if you don't have comprehension of how others feel. Sometimes we misinterpret it as empath. I know I have. And before I jump to a conclusion or a theory, I'm going to ask for clarity. Whether it's through the cards, whether it's through the person, whether it is I have to consult the higher good, the greater good, the great creator, great spirit, God, whatever. That's the wise approach. That's the more amicable approach. Am I understanding this correctly? Help me. Let's walk back through it, you know. Let's walk backwards and see if I missed something. I'm so damn anal. I'll have a piece of paper, write it down. Now you just what you said, and then I understand that right. If I'm slow, sleep deprivation, sometimes you miss some shit. Busy, you know, multitasking. Comprehension is very important. However, you could be one-on-one, eye to eye with somebody and convey a message, and they respond and not speak to not one motherfucking thing that you said or that you asked them. You know, and in the law field, you know, they call that a hostile witness. Somebody that's deflecting, somebody that is a detractor off the line of questioning that is being presented before the court on the record. It's called hostile witness. Comprehension. A lot of people display purposeful ignorance. And yes, I said ignorance. IGNUNCE, ignorance. Purposeful. You can make a clear point. The conversation will take off on that subject matter. You have one or two village idiots that just are determined to derail that flow. They get checked on it or called out. Somebody approaches them and says, you know, you did kind of, you know, throw in something in there, a curveball that didn't belong. What? I was just asking a question. Okay. That question could have waited because A, it's rude. B, we all are on the one over here on the left hand side. Why you gotta take a curveball and bring it all around the world with it? We trying to concentrate over here. You know. Just could you chill out, and we'll get to that point once we finish exploring this here point. You know. Let's be gracious about it. You know, and I say polished a lot. But women really are unpolished these days. Tact, graciousness, you know, being gracious is not something that's weak. Being tactful, being mindful, you know, being understanding to a point, being open to a point. You don't have to allow everything somebody say and do go right straight to your shando, solar plexus chakra, and then your feelings is hurt all day for a month. Every day you wake up and go to sleep, you know, worried about it, hurt about it, bitching about it, inside your mind, arguing back and forth with yourself about it, and then you have to find an opening in which you can go back to that situation or people so you can get your point across in a more effective way. See, that shit is a waste of time. It's a waste of your personal time, your personal energy, head space, letting people rant, free space in your membrane. That is off limits for me. I'm sorry. I cannot allow somebody who is not serving my highest good to rent free space all up and through, just tap dancing all through my damn head. I'm sorry. And that's what causes a rift too in a lot of people is you no longer allow them to dump their spiritual garbage on you and shit on your front lawn without picking it up with the doggy bag. You know, trolls have a big problem with that coming over here. They think they can come shit all over my channel and me and what I'm sharing here, and then get mad when you tell them to get fucked sideways with a rusty razor blade on the end of a damn spear. See, they get mad when you tell them to get gone, kick rocks and shake a tail feather down the road. They get upset because they feel it works everywhere else I go. People just argue back and forth with me. And I'm coming over here to impose that will on you. The comprehension is off, see? We're not comprehending each other. I understand why you here, but you're not understanding why I don't want your motherfucking ass here. So now there we got a problem. We got an impasse now. See? So, you don't get to play a victim, or, a lot of times what I get, because I have an AK-47 for a mouth, and I get people going, you're mean. But you brought your ass over here and said some nasty foul shit to me. Eh? So I'm supposed to be polite and accepting and receive you like a hostess in a fucking restaurant when you shitting all over me, and I'm not supposed to check you and let you know where my boundaries are. I'm supposed to be a victim because you want to victimize me. Bullshit. Personal accountability. You brought your ass over here. Yeah, fuck them with Eddie Long thing. You are a mess. True that though. If that's the intent you got for me, you could take that. Whatever it is he's carrying, whatever is ailing his body, take that shit and shove it too. You not looking out for my greater good. You're not here to serve my highest purpose and help me be of better service to others. You're not here to enhance my journey. I don't have nothing positive to give back to you, so you need to shake it. You need to get gone. Make yourself disappear. Get little. You feel me? I'm sorry. It sounds really harsh, and it sounds selfish. That's that healthy selfishness that we need to exercise as Black women to refill our vessels, our spiritual vessels of energy, time, love, compassion, all those things that people just feel entitled to. They feel you entitled to be polite to me because you're a woman. Nah, nigga. No, I'm not. When you come at me disrespectful and without manners, it is my duty and obligation to put your ass in check. And if you raise up and puff up, I might make you have a seat. See, it's a lot of us out here, spiritualists. People think that we punks, that we ain't gonna fight, throw hands, pull a gun, a knife, defend our right to have a peaceful cipher and not be raped spiritually by some empty succubus energy vampire. Hey, am I making sense? He's got too much koi juice in him. Oh my gosh. So, I got a problem with that. And I also have an issue with people who feel because there are gracious women who know better and have mercy on you and just politely overlook your dysfunctional bullshit, that in turn somehow make us punks too. Oh, she didn't say nothing, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna repeat that action or repeat that disgusting, vile comment. Just keep on doing it and see if she finally react. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that to each other. Down here in the South, I don't know what it is with some of these bitch-made ass motherfucking niggas where they feel they can just get all loud and put all kind of baritone in their voice at directing that at a strange woman, somebody they don't know, they talking to like we in a fucking relationship some kind of way. Do you know me, nigga? Who you talking to like that? Who are you patronizing in that fashion? Because you catch more damn bees with honey than you do vinegar. So, and you really don't know me. You don't know what I got packing over here. I don't like being blatantly disrespected. I don't like my senses jarred with rude, crude nigger shit from chicks or from dudes. I don't like that shit. A simple hello, good morning. Hey, how's it going? A lot of people don't want to be themselves because they don't like who they are, so they have to be something else to see if they can garner a reaction, a response. anything to be able to say I engaged with someone no matter how filthy I had to behave to do it. She still paid it. She still said something. She still noticed me or whatever. Oh yeah, I got him to at least say something. He called me all type of sluts, bitches, and horrors, but at least I got his attention. You know, I had a younger young lady say that to me one time in the exchange we was having. You know, she was just saying all kind of stupid, dumb, immature shit. You know, and then other people were starting to see it on my social media wall. They was like, "Who the hell is this little girl acting a fool?" And she thought she was doing something. But little did she know the people that was watching her doing something thought that she was fucking crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Crazy people don't know the comprehension. Comprehension, the level of comprehension among a lot of black women is zero. It ain't there. And a lot of it is on purpose due to that embarrassment that I mentioned earlier. You embarrassed because when you make someone think about the questions they ask or the things they do. Now let's slow this train down, sis, and think about that. Now you just did boom, boom, boom. Think about it. Why did you do that? Sometimes that one question why will make people think about the shit. Then they get mad at you because then they feel dumb because they didn't think first before they did whatever they did and you brought attention to it. I get that a lot. I always get shit on because of that. Oh, you don't have to talk to me like I'm stupid. I'm not. I just asked you, why did you do that? Think about it. I'm asking you because I want to know if you feel this is going to serve a purpose for you. For you. How is this helping you? How is it assisting you in this situation or anywhere else to go and engage in some dumb shit that you know good and well is fruitless? It's a damn weed. Even weeds do have their contribution to the ecosystem, but damn it, the weeds in the garden don't mix well unless you got vines and shit. Then the weeds kind of help feed that vine get strong with the water, the natural exchange of water in the roots. Let some of the weeds grow underneath your vine and they pump the water to it a little faster and hold it in there. Y'all probably didn't even know that. But you know, comprehension. We don't understand each other. We don't take the time to comprehend the place where someone is coming from. This is where I'm coming from. This is how I am. This is how my personality creates my energy to be able to share it with you. And you want to take a slanted sideways approach, receive it all fucked up because A, you're not used to nobody really challenging you. B, you used to being a bully and being able to push others around, and now you can't do that. So that's an uncomfortable place to be in when you're outside of your comfort level with certain people. A lot of people are used to running in circles of dumbass people. And then when you come across somebody who's not quite as slow, that in turn gives off an air of disdain. Like, oh, no, she didn't talk back to me. I called her a bitch. She called me a bitch back. See? And a few other things behind it. See, a lot of people don't expect you to do that. A lot of people are not fast on the uptake. A lot of people do not think on their toes. They're used to that. They're accustomed to having to break shit down to people. I'm here to tell you, you got to listen between the lines. Somebody that does not have any comprehension, most times that's a professional victim. They don't want to understand that their input in certain things is what heighten the level of discomfort in their life. They don't want to own it because once you do accept your energy, you are required to change it. If you acknowledge it, You keep doing it, the same old stuff. It's no longer a mistake now, it's a choice. And subconsciously we get caught up in these holding patterns and we don't know how to change it. That's why spiritualists come into play, because there's lots of tools, there's lots of things that we can do to show and open up those portals to rebalance them chakras, so you're not half speaking, double talking, conflicted minded motherfuckers who just play dumb all the time. And then when it comes time to fat lady sing, oh my God, you attacking me. Okay, all right. So I'm attacking you, but after all that shit you did, all the lying you did, all the bullshit you caused, now you a goddamn victim because people is coming for you, wanting you to justify what the fuck you just did. I don't know, man. Personal accountability, if you don't have it, as a woman, it's hard for me to respect you. I'm just being real, like 100. I don't care if it's male or female. If you can't own your own shit, big or small, it's going to be hard for me to respect you. Because for some damn reason, the majority of my life, no matter what, I could hiccup in a library and not get away with this shit. You know, everybody else farting, sneezing, talking all loud, playing music. If I hiccup, the librarian going to come tell me to hush. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And some people are just zoned in on you because they see something in you that they don't see in themselves. And then as soon as you say, you know what, my bad, I fucked up. Oh, I knew you would, they go in on you. Damn, it wasn't that big. I mean, I'm sorry if it affected and made you upset. I really am. But it's, I just dropped a scoop off the top of the ice cream cone. It's not like I ran your dog over, I misplaced your ink pen. I mean, I'll go to the store and get you a whole new pack of ink pens. I'm sorry. But you popping off on me over something minor. It's never about what it's about, that comprehension. Why do you have to continue to rehash these events that have nothing to do with what you did? You don't have no personal accountability. That's a watery ass woman code, watery ass man code. You can't own up to what you do. You need somebody to prove to you. Well, when did I do that? What was we doing? What was the conversation? What was I wearing that day? I don't remember that. Yes, the fuck. Why do I gotta prove to you what you did? Just like in court, I don't understand that shit. People, you damn fucking just snatched somebody's soul and murdered their ass. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. And then you get up in prison if you make it that far, and you wonder why the prisoners in there is fucking you up and trying to get your ass and eat you alive. You wonder why. Because even inside the penitentiary, people don't like dishonor. Robin Hood even had goddamn honor. He was a damn thief. He was a vigilante. It's a certain standard that we gotta hold for ourselves, especially as ladies. We always hearing some dudes, some real weak ass dudes, trying to direct a woman on what ladyhood is about, how a lady should conduct herself, what is and is not appropriate for a lady to do, a woman to do. Nigga, you're not a lady. You're not a woman. How would you know unless you lived in the body of a lady? Then overvalue yourself to the ladyhood. Move around. Poor comprehension skills. So that's just where I had to get that up and out. Because it's people who like to come for me, and they really don't, at this point and juncture, people don't want me to pay tutelage to their motherfucking dysfunction. They really don't, because I'm not the one on this particular frequency that I'm on now, they don't want it. Because last night, I took somebody and dog walked their ass in my fucking room, coming in the chat, disrupting the people and shit. Okay, so what? It was only 2, 3, 4, 5 people in here. So what? You don't have the right or titled goal to come in here and be rude and just command the attention. You know, it's a little young person, allegedly. We'll put it like that. And they was trolling. And by the time I got done, they was not just only apologizing, they was ready to support the totem of the butterfly. So, you know, hit that blue support button. Get your reading set up, because we want to serve the highest good of ourselves. We want to invest in ourselves because it's enriching to your life. Trust me. Trust me. I'm living proof. You know, peace of mind, you can't put a price on that. You know, being in a good place, you don't need outside validation to be happy, to validate your happiness. You know, somebody do something, say something, give you something, show you something, expose you to something, now you're happy. But when you release that energy of another person or being or entity, you're no longer happy. That's outside validation. You know, internalizing your happiness, your peace, your sanctity, your internal temple. That is priceless. You know, when people come for you in certain ways, they can't pull you out of that zen that you feel. You know, I remember growing up, it was a going trend, you know, in high school. And it wasn't for show. It was more for personal reasons. Every young girl that left the house to go to school, we made it a point to, even if it was just simple outfits, we wanted to be put together. We wanted things to just be a certain way. Our hair, our outfit, you know, if our clothes were pressed, things like that. And it had nothing to do with keeping up with no Joneses. It was just our code. You know, we presenting ourselves, and we want to look in the mirror and know that this is the best presentation that we have today. Because it makes you feel good to say, I'm presenting a very good image of myself. You carry yourself differently. You speak differently. You treat people differently. Your connections that you make are more meaningful when you have a higher frequency. When you value yourself according to how you feel about yourself. And you know, like the old lady say, if you put a cheap price tag on yourself, you always wind up on a discount rack. And that's across the board, not just with dudes. You know, you don't see a goddamn Bugatti with a fucking price tag on the window, do you? You don't see a Lambo with a price tag on the window, do you? You don't see a Jaguar with a price tag on the window, do you? Unless it's used and pre-owned. Hello? Hello? Anybody there? So I just had to release that. You know, watery woman codes make me itch. I'm very particular, and I would love to see my sisters raise their standards and be a little bit more particular of who they fuck with on a deeper level. Your associates ain't your friends. Stop telling all your goddamn business to people that you only knew a few months. Might be going through something very challenging. That some of that shit you don't need to share. I'm just saying. So, personal accountability, professional victimhood. We see a lot of that on social media, unfortunately. It's really disheartening, and it's starting to really just become real goddamn antiquated with people want to run like a bitch, but they throw a rock and hide their hand. They sleeping in the grass. As soon as you cut it, they jump up and holler and say, why didn't you let me come in your house and choke you to death in your sleep? Stuff like that. So I had to purge that there. It was vexing my spirit a little bit. So that's that. Now, I'm seeing here, I kind of did something weird. These cards jumped out at me weird today. I'm working with the Egyptian Tarot on top of my, other deck of Native American Vision Quest cards. The energy here is just, it's a little bit conflicted. I see some supportiveness. I see male energy in our present situation. We did the 5-card horseshoe spread this time. We just did something simple. They jumped out, and the Hierophant tells me, I'm sorry, the Emperor, my bad. I'm sorry. Sleep deprivation. I've been studying a little bit, and I have some other stuff that I haven't touched yet, and I feel really guilty. So please forgive me. The Emperor. That could be a situation where, there's a male in the picture that's supportive. That's, one of them type of fixers, Midas touch type of people. That's a good energy to have around at this time during the harvest when the season is changing. Mercury is in retrograde, and now we're over on into Virgo. Virgo is the Hermit. Now, this card been jumping out at me all day. The Hermit. And that's wisdom, our introspection, reflection, looking into things a little deeper before we make a final decision, contemplating before we respond to some dumb shit or some challenging stuff, something, looking at it from a more patient point of view. And then there's the Tower card. That always gives me, disruption. It could be good. You're moving, you're looking for real estate. You don't want to move, but you have to move. That moving is a pain in the ass anyway. Education, learning something new, uncomfortable situations, but for our highest good, to take the lesson out of it. The Tower also is disruptive in individuals. On the negative side of that is individuals who like to cause chaos in the home environment, anywhere you feel is your sanctity. These are energies, people that come around and just can't stand it when it's peaceful. A lot of people just automatically take their mind to quiet when they hear peace. Peace, that means it's quiet. You hear water flowing or silence, an echo. It's damn so still you can cut the shit with a knife. It's so quiet. See, that's one form of peace. Just one. Another form of peace is just having a balanced mind, not letting people throw you off where you're feeling confused, stop you in the middle of something when you're busy, waking you up out your sleep. It's like it's a damn 5 alarm fire and it's some stupid, petty shit that could have waited. Or they could have wrote you a fucking sticky note and left it there on your pillow for when you wake up. People are very self-serving, very selfish, self-centered. You know, we talk about that all the time. Narcissism is rampant in the Black nation. Rampant. People don't know when to say when, and a lot of times they feel entitled to just plow through, up, over, around, and if you don't engage in that shit, then all of a sudden you ain't shit. We see it all the time out here. So that's the Egyptian tarot, you know, and this here, 7 of Swords. 7. You know, this card always shows me some challenges. But 7 is a magical number. It's a powerful number. You know, and that takes some precision in figuring out these challenging issues. 7 of Swords. You know, that's the Egyptian tarot. Now, if you like what you see, you know, please share. Go over to Empath Angie at Facebook. Jump over there. You know, click that like, and then book your appointment for $20 live with me, and I'll do a reading on video. You know, if you can't get to me live, you know, it's a lot going on. School's starting back. The rhythm of the house is crazy. Got stuff going on, and you're like, whoa, slow this train down. I'll do a video for you for your reading, $20. We always, you know, have a goal that we want to reach every day. And so we working. I'm going to put in the work no matter what I do, no matter where I go, no matter how long it takes. I'm going to come work and put it out here, throw it out there so we can mix it up, chop it up, and learn something from each other. Now, I've been talking, you know. I've been doing all the talking. Ain't nobody said nothing. So hit that support button if you're watching. If you don't feel like chatting, that's fine too. You just want to kick it, be fed, that's cool too. But we want action and energy as well. And, you know, my dear brother Lance Scurv, he has switched it up a little bit, so he's doing his streams a little earlier in the days these days. And he's catching up on his sleep and his personal maintenance so he can continue to be the warrior that he is. So hit up scurvmedia at gmail.com if you want to send him a little love tap. You know, I don't know if he's got that support button up though. He's very humble and he's very selfless. So he's not one to expect anything, but I know he deserves it. And I know I'm going to make a bigger commitment as soon as things start to pick up, you know, around here. And they pick it up slowly but surely. Once I get my own finances straight, my personal employment, because that's important. I got to work. You know, y'all be talking about you work damn too much. I need to work. I like money shit, and I don't want nobody funding my life, because then they think they can fucking tell you what to do all the goddamn time with some people. So I try to be careful, you know, and it's just better to earn your own keep anyway. So I'm gonna increase my commitment with the increase that I get from putting in work. And that's just another blessing. It feels really good to just be able to lend something to a great cause, a great message, a mission. It feels good to do that. To me, I don't care if it's $1. If I can bake you some damn cookies, you know, whatever. That's what gets my motor going. And then I get inspired and I see the energy picking up, taking over on down. The chain reaction is starting to pick up, and it's like, oh, yeah. And of course, there's always one or two or five in the midst that can't stand to see somebody loved on. Then they either want to duplicate, replicate, or come over and try to lay a turd on your front porch. That is so not fly. Because you know, love is abounding. When you love is huge. So it's enough room in there for everybody to be loved on. You just can't get undivided attention when you want it. So that's what creates the savage to jump out in a lot of people and do all the fucking clandestine dumb shit that they do, you know. So y'all be careful. You know, be careful of these professional victims here. Be careful. Women do it to men a lot. They try to use them, do things, and pull a sucker move and wind up getting themselves in more heat than they ever bargained for. And then they sitting up boo-hooing, snot, blowing boogers and shit. Oh, how can he do that to me? Well, look at all the bullshit you did to him. The relationship don't revolve around you, whether you friends, lovers, co-workers, it don't matter. You don't have the right and entitlement to goddamn shit on somebody, try to take advantage of them for whatever reason, manipulate them in any kind of way, and then act like you shouldn't be called out on that and no consequences should be had. No. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of watching it, especially among sisters. It's a special breed of ugly that it brings. And now a lot of people are expecting black women to be of low brow moral fiber. I don't have a watery ass woman code. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Sometimes as a Virgo, we procrastinate. Sometimes we get caught up in the rapture of a problem or a situation, or just trying to unwind and get our thoughts together. It takes a little time. So it might be a delay in what I say I'm going to do, but God damn it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't care. You know, you go, oh, it's cool. You don't got to. I said I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. You know, and that's that. Because that closes off the portal, the opening for any negativity to come in, whether it be in thought or in deed, in action. You know, that's how I roll. I like my energy fields clear. I like people to have a pleasant experience coming and going. And if they choose to make a negative, ugly experience, that would be in their ballpark to field that fly ball. I can't fuck with that. Can't dare it. So I have no idea what we're listening to here, but I'm finna put on my peoples. These is the peoples that teach us some stuff with real lyrics on there, you know. The Renaissance gentlemen of the music industry, mint condition, hunty. So, it's amazing because I see the Mother of Air, my Vision Quest cards, in the 5 horseshoe spread. In the present condition, there's a nurturing spirit around here. The Mother of Air, movement, you know, evolution, inspiration. The Mother of Air also is a manipulative woman in the midst, Female energy that is manipulative, cunning, calculating, not very smart, not very intelligent. Uh, Transformation is in our expectations, change, growth, evolution, like I just said. Reaching for what? That higher, greater good, serving the best purpose we can serve for ourselves, to be able to give our best, to share with others. Bringing that harmony to the village, that drum beat that I spoke of. You know, it's real good to be able to communicate with your people with very few words. The energy delivers the message. That's exciting. Very powerful when you can speak to your fellow brothers and sisters and it's just energy. You don't even have to talk because they feel you, you know, when you have a soul. And the father of air, that's a male entity, that protector, the guider, the warrior, the seasoned veteran. That also in a negative position, that's our unexpected father of air. In that position, unexpected arrival of some negativity from a man, from a male energy. Sometimes women carry negative male energy and they dump that shit on you because they just can't tangle with the people that are truly pissing them off. The root of the problem is unreachable, so they come for you because you the first thing walking, you the moving target, the sitting duck. And they feel it's easy to shit on you because they can't get to who they really want to get to. That's just one scenario. And in the near future, oops, that card don't want me to read it. Son of Earth, that's your grounding. That's the learning, the learning and absorbing. Taking time to reflect and examine things. Really comprehend. There's that word again. Comprehension. Comprehension. Nine of Earth, accumulation. This is the time for gathering. There it is again. This came up a few times. Accumulation. Information, education, learning, growth. You know what I'm saying? Accumulating things. Sometimes we accumulate some things and then we don't have any room. We got to let go of some other things and bring in new things, bring in things to refresh our spirit, our knowledge base, being open to different things, not pushing it aside before you learn about it. Be open to learning about it, and if it don't serve you, put that shit back on the shelf. That's all you got to do. We make life and decisions and healing very difficult sometimes because we have this and we have not gotten closure, and that's what holds us back. Not getting that closure that we deserve, that we want, that we're yearning for, that we desire, and I must repeat, we deserve closure. And one thing I learned is to accept the apology that I might never get. It's like I know and they know, everybody know, apology is in order. But there's that professional victim. I'm not apologizing because I have to justify what I did, because if I own up to what I did that was unwarranted, guess what? Now I gotta change it. Lots of sociopaths do that. We know malignant narcissists do that. Covert narcissists do it too. Psychopaths do it. Sociopaths do it. A lot of black women are psychopathic and sociopathic and very, very narcissistic. And then when I see that in the younger generation, after our elders, there's those that were born in the 30s. They don't have no motherfucking personal accountability. Why? Because a lot of things has watered down taking ownership of the embarrassing, nonsensical shit that they do. Media, politics, um, dogmatic religions, indoctrinations give you cognitive dissonance. That's what professional victimhood is. Professional victims have cognitive dissonance. They suffer from cognitive dissonance. You know, a lot of them have Stockholm syndrome where they're being attacked or abused in some kind of way, being slighted, and you know, they feel that, you know what, you need to validate the fact that this is unwarranted. So I feel slighted, so therefore everybody's going to feel this until I get what I want, or I get this accomplished, or I make somebody take responsibility for my lack of better judgment. You know, I heard a video last week. Um, it was a backhanded way that this person owned up to what they did. They didn't fully own it because there was a lesson in the interaction that she had. However, she still didn't own up to the fact that she just wanted somebody to agree with her. They didn't, and it was a ploy. She got played. So she was highly upset that nobody came to her defense, where she can't understand and comprehend that you caused that shit for yourself. So nobody's going to defend you in unrighteousness. Professional victim. You know, don't further justify what you did with the backhanded excuse of, I didn't know what I was doing. Now I see it. Now I'm so sorry. That was a choice to engage. Now you want to get upset. You didn't get the outcome that you thought you would. So now it's everybody else's responsibility to explain why they didn't defend you in your fucking ideologies. Unbelievable. Good evening, Joker. You said cook me a ticket, Dave Damone. Why you keep fiddling with them over there? You know, that's below your pay grade now, child. We got to stop feeding these folk. I'm tired. You know, they need a timeout. Good grief. Long as they don't come over here though, you know, that's on you, hon. It's good to see you, Joker. So just add water, bitches, or chicks to still be polite. You know, just add water, okay? That is so. You are so funny. This is accurate though. Add water, motherfucker. But yeah, you know, we just have to try to relieve ourselves of these professional victims. It's not being deluded. It's not living in denial to some shit just we just don't see, you know? Yes, ma'am, but idiots need a lesson or two. Fuck them. Fuck them and wife them. Oh, that's my mind. Oh my goodness. Look at you. Well, you know, hey, I can't say that, you know, you're not good at what you do with teaching lessons. You know, I've seen fuck them and wife them out. It's that is so funny. So yeah, professional. We gotta, you know, be careful. Very careful. very mindful. Watch. Harvest brings a lot of vultures. When you start to collect what the universe has for you, and you start changing, start doing things differently, showing different dimensions to yourself, hunty, they come out to woodwork, don't they? All kind of collectors. You remember me? Hi, I'm interested in you. Oh, you remember what happened 6 weeks ago? You did this, you pissed me off, you didn't do right. How come you didn't? What? Oh, what? You too good for me now? All that's coming. I gotta treat them like nut war. These idiots. Nothingness annoys me. You know, uh, it's unfortunate. That individual that you just mentioned it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they would rather watch their entire life go down the shitter than just do different. Stop being such a low down, dirty, lying, fork tongue motherfucker. But it's easier for people to deal with their reality when they live in delusions. Especially Pigga Man, aka Jimmy Cole quit. He's mine and Jeannie Pig motherfucker. Yeah, I noticed you're not too pleased with him either. Not too pleased with him either. You know. So just don't beat them up too bad now. You know, they still got a purpose in the ecosystem. Whatever it is, they're trying to figure that out. But yeah, dragging these people, and it's amazing too that they still at it. They still at this. I've been observing at least 3 years. That's being generous. At least 3 years. I've been observing, and nothing has changed. He threatens to rape and attack women, plus he pissed me off. Yeah, that's his shock value vice. Same thing with that other pork chop eating, greasy neck hot dog, back of the neck, 24 chin having damn hybrid fucking stalking, lurking, peeping Tom nigga. Too, the other one. Every 5 minutes they hate each other. Then they love each other for the next 10 minutes. Then 5 minutes later they hate each other and ready to kill each other and all that stupid shit. And neither one of them would have the goddamn audacity, to roll up, like I told the fat one. You run up and get done the fuck up on sight. Ain't no exchange like, hey, what? Oh, I see you over there. Before you open your mouth, I'm going to put 2 in your dome. That's just the way it is with some of these niggas. Yeah, he is absolutely disgusting, Joker. He is very, very rancid, But he's a sensitive, most of them are over there. And just hurt his feelings, and he sit down for about a week or two. And talk about his ass, I don't know. I just don't get it. Doing the same thing over and over again. And then sitting on camera up on your tuffet like Miss Mary Muffet and shit, talking about everybody else's situation that you deem lesser than yours or more dysfunctional than yours, and you doing the same damn shit that you complaining about. A liar sitting up talking about, I can't stand a liar. A manipulator talk about I can't stand to be played. Malignant niggas fucking with people, you know? And then when the people they fuck with them back. Ooh, I can't take that. No personal accountability. People say, you know, oh yeah, I did some pretty nasty shit in my day. That's not owning up to what the fuck you did. It's a specific situation that you caused and it made other people respond negatively, and it's a consensus, and now you want to act like you oblivious to what the fuck you did. That's how you get your ass run over by a bus. You know, I will run your motherfucking ass over. I don't care. And that's the problem. Because you don't care. People that's minding their own business, they feel it's an easy target. I don't give a fuck. But you come over here, you might limp back. You might walk over here, but you gonna limp back. Fucking with me. So when you come back, Joker, you can hit that support button, give me a little change, you know. If you feel moved. You know, I'll give you a nice little reading if you want one. Or you can share it with somebody who wants one. That'd be a nice little gift, a gesture to somebody that you care about, you know. And don't beat them up too bad over there. Don't bludgeon them too much. Y'all gotta leave some for later. You gonna want to beat up on somebody else later, so you gonna leave a little something leftovers. So, I do understand though. Totally understand. You don't have to be big, you know, $1. You don't have to be big, you know. I'll work on the big money, you know. I'm just working on butterfly totem. See, that's how I'm doing that. And I'm take the big money, put it over in butterfly totem once I get all that done. But being that this is not, you know, it's for everybody. Butterfly totem is for everybody. If you contribute, then we can keep the energy going. Support Black first. So you hit the support button on my channel. On the channel page is that little blue button, and then I'll type my email. It goes to PayPal. Empath NG. There you go. Thank you, dearie. You watch it over there now. Don't catch no cooties with them over there now. You know they got stuff you can't get rid of. They got stuff you can't get rid of once you catch it. Be careful. Got your hazmat suit. Let me stop. It's hot down here, y'all. I came down here to get away from the winter, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but it is hot. It's hot. It's hot. Got nigger raid on, okay? Got your nigger raid and your nigger swatter, your nigger shooter. You gotta have all your bullets, you know, them piercing bullets, cause them some tough niggas over there. You know, them ones that split the target right down the middle. Get just, you know, that annihilate you. They go in like a pin, and on the other side look like a cannonball came through. You know what I'm talking about? One of them type of bullets. That's the kind you need over there with them. That, you know, it seemed like no matter how much you club them across the head to get them to damn see something, they make it worse, don't it? You know, you can't ignore them. Some of them. Other ones want you to cuss their ass out. Then cry when you do it. You know. Then the other ones, you try to talk to them a bit polite. Would you just look? I don't want to be with a rider. Just leave me out of that now. Thank you. You walk away. Next thing you know, they keep just howling for you. Just howling. One of them howled for a whole year. Just howling. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to go get another slice of this pizza that I don't need, but I'm going to eat it anyway. So, excuse me. Stop trying to take my pizza, y'all. I wish you could see this dog. Trying to take my pizza from me. Time back now. I hope y'all had a beautiful day. I hope everybody's having a beautiful evening, night, witching hour. It is 1:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means it's 12:08 Central Time back home in Chi-Town. So we in the witching hour, so that explains it. Joker got to go over there and beat up on somebody now. So he, the freaks come out at night, so you got to be ready. So you ain't got to get ready. And that group over there that he deal with, professional victims over there. Right. J-Mac will do that midnight once we get everything together. We got to pick up a few items first. Then we're going to do... No, there's nope, it's not. I cannot eat pork. Y'all excuse, I know this is really rude, but pizza is good. Yeah, but they, over there on that on the other side of the tracks, professional victims. Somebody can be a little bit more nasty than them and not, oh my goodness. How could you do that? You did it. You know what I'm saying? You did it. It is a hand toss with chicken, green peppers, red peppers. It's really good. It has garlic crust on it. I got homesick. This one's Domino's, believe it or not. Domino's did that one. The only thing I don't like is they don't have large pizza crusts that are gluten-free. You gotta get a small. So the bread, but I haven't been eating a lot of carbs, so I'm stuffing my face. Sorry. 1 second, let me check this here. All right. Yeah, they do have real cheese. Domino's is good down here in the South. It is really good. Now in Chicago, Domino's is a little like cardboard up there. I think because it's frozen, because it has to travel to wherever, from wherever. And Domino's in Chicago ain't that good. But I noticed here in the South, the first time I ordered Domino's was about a year ago when I got here, and it was surprisingly good. And they accommodate you if you have certain things that you like a little bit better than in Chicago. So I never really used Domino's Pizza Hut that much in Chicago because we had a place that made them fresh, thin crust, and it was like a mom and pop. And oh goodness, the whole Lake Shore would come to that little pizza spot. And if I do get back that way, that's the first place I'm going, and I'm going to put some on dry ice and bring it back down here because I miss Mike's Pizza. It was amazing. Yeah, we gotta do that. You gotta come up to the old stomping grounds with me. You know, and get down on some real good Chicago style food. That's one thing I recommend is you go to Chicago, you get you some good food. Go around and taste everything you can. And you can find stuff in the middle of the night, early in the morning. Real good food, like prepared, cooked, like over on a stove, on a grill, food. Because I eat like a fat girl. You never had one? Yeah, gotta get one. And they're so, it tastes better the next day. Yeah, that's probably like the only reason I'll go back to Chicago is the food, and just the hum of the city. I love that part. But the rest of it, it's very expensive. Is there no more soda, honey? B, B, any more pie? Can I have just a little sweet? Sorry, y'all. But Chicago pizza, French fries too. I remember when I play sports, I would eat the pizza and get an order of fries. That was a lot of carbohydrates. Oh my God. It was good though. I have a recipe that I use for a pizza too. I might make homemade pizza. And that I have to make several of them because I can't get it out of the oven good before it's gone. So yeah, I hope y'all had a peaceful day too, because it was a beautiful day for me. I got a lot done. I just have one more thing I need to attend to, get that out the way so I'll be prepared and ready and ahead of the 8 ball. Yeah, I do it on YouTube, sure will. It's easy and it's fun. I like chopping up the vegetables and everything that go on there. I will surely do that. Show you my kitchen witch skills. Oh yeah, I'll post a recipe underneath the video. I'll show you how I do it, because there's a corn flour crust that I use, and it's the dough is already pre-made, but it's fresh. And then once you work it however you want, thin crust, whatever, hand toss, however you do it, easy breezy from there. And it's so good. And it's really good. I remember one time I made one and I put it on the grill outside and closed the lid under a low fire on a gas grill. Oh, that was good. And I got some shish kebabs that I do too. Sometimes I'll make my own sauce, and that takes half a day, the old-fashioned way. And then there's other things you could do. You can kind of add to the sauce that you buy and make it more robust, But I love pizza. We used to do pizza like every week. A pizza's so good in Chicago. Like, it's Friday, order pizza. Love pizza. And Chicago has really good beef kosher hot dogs. Kosher beef sausage links. They call them hot links or Polish sausages. Non-pork items. So good without the skin on it. Lord. Move, Bella. Bella loves pizza too. She's trying to eat everybody's pizza. So, we want to stay away from chaos, hunty. I'm just not good with the professional victim. I'm not good with it. People love to try to drag you into their hell. And growing up in a house like that, witnessing how miserable, bless her heart, how miserable my mama was and still is to a degree. She was and is a professional victim too. And she cannot stand when you highlight her troublemaking bullshit. You don't like that at all. She feels that's a sign of disrespect. Yes. And being that I'm the only big mouth that tells her about her ass the truth, that makes me the target of her wrath every time. So that backed the chaos up off of me. And I respectfully disagree and move on. Like, I can't go back and forth with her no more. I'm getting old. So you don't get to play victim to the circumstance you create for your damn self. You don't get to be pissed when you don't get your way in a certain situation where you bring yourself into chaos and then turn around and go, oh my God, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. I didn't ask for that. Why am I here? How come this is happening to me? You don't get to do that when you engage in bullshit. I'm sorry. It just don't work like that. Not over here. I can't rock like that. I can't do it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm freezing up over here, so I'm trying to straighten it out. Okay, now we're getting, I think it's coming back. Yeah, now we're coming back. So yeah, don't forget to hit the support button and send a little love my way for Butterfly Totem. This helps me get supplies, business cards, things like that that I'm passing out. My pluggers, get them made, card stock, stationaries, little things for survival, supplies. My daily goal is $40. That keeps us safe and indoors until we transition over to the brick and mortar where we're going to house Butterfly Totem. And I have my own extra income that I'm using to pour into Butterfly Totem. And we're working on grant writers, and the budget is getting rounded up and polished up very well now, so we can fine tune some numbers and shoot this off to Uncle Sam so he can go ahead and drop that down on us.
Exactly.
Since we part of the damn shitstorm, we might as well take advantage of some of them tools.
Exactly.
How you doing, bruh?
Hello, I'm pretty tired today. A long day, but I want to stop by and give some encouragement. And ooh, excuse me, I'm dropping stuff. Give some encouragement and tell everybody to support my sister Queen. And I think that you do a wonderful job. Of course, you're going to have some haters. I know that haters exist, and we need haters. It's just like I told you, we need roaches. Roaches have a certain point in life. We need ants. We need those little haters, and that's what I compare my haters to, roaches. Sometimes you got to step on a roach when they enter into your house, right?
Yep. Yes, yes, yes. Very good at a metaphor and analogy.
Thank you. But I'm coming here to show my support. I'm glad that you have seven listeners. Those numbers need to go up. Invite some more people here, everyone, so you can listen to the wonderful information that Queen has to share.
Thank you. That is so sweet. What do you think about the professional victim? What do you feel about that? I would love your input.
Professional victim. A professional victim. I think there's a lot of people, especially in our community, the Black community, who play the professional victim. I think they are about 50 years too late. Today, there's no such thing as the victim. For example, a lot of us play the professional victim when it comes to you know, oh, I dated the wrong woman, or I'm hurt. I'll never date women again. I hate all black women, or I dated the wrong black man. I had a baby by him. I'll never date another black man. Well, there is over 12 to 13% here in the United States, and actually there are people of color, black people, in every country in this world. So that means that you have dated almost one. We'll be modest. Almost 300 million black women or 300 million black men around the world. Incorrect. You've not even dated a piff of what it is. Sometimes we have to start taking responsibility for our own actions. For example, I am very tired today, but I have two more classes to teach in the next 10 minutes from now. I won't be done until the next 2 hours. I've been up for the past 12 hours. But guess what? I'm not going to be a victim. I know I have bills to pay. I know I like to have things for my life. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put on my big boy underwear, and some women need to put on their big girl panties and do what they have to do. You're not making excuses for your situation, Queen. You're getting things done every single day. And that's what we need to do. Stop playing the victim. It's not always fun being the victim. I'll say that. You know, People just need to stop making excuses. You are in the time of prosperity. I speak prosperity in everyone's life who's listening today. Stop playing the victim. I want you right now to stop playing the victim. I want you to be the victimizer. I want you to be the quote unquote oppressor. Don't be the victim, be the oppressor then. Don't be the roach repellent.
Mm,
Don't be the rat, be the rat trap.
mm.
That's my advice.
That's awesome. I like that. That went right to the bullseye. Boom. You know, because I had a situation, interaction with somebody who, I think I explained it to you. A person didn't want to let go of a situation that they caused for themselves, and they're still experiencing the residual effects of engaging with certain people that just carry negative energy. And now the person is still suffering behind engaging, and from a man perspective, not a male, because you a man, a alpha. I want you to tell me what you think about continuous engagement in negative activity and then whining about it later.
I think as a man, when you say that you're a man, you shouldn't whine about things. You should just do. We're built to be warriors, especially black men. We're built to be warriors, and I know this is going to step on some people's feet, but we're also built to be gods. We're the only male on this earth that can sleep with any individual in any race around this world. We'll probably sleep with an alien. If we slept with an alien, that baby would be half alien and half black. That means that you have godlike powers. So start acting like a god and start acting like a king and stop acting like a peasant. Stop acting like somebody who's lower than you. There's no one on this earth that is, the rest of these people on this earth are mutations of you. You're not a mutation. You are an original. You are the original people. So I have to go here, Queen. I got to get to my next class, but I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good class. All right. Isn't that a treat? I love when people pop in like that, and I just shot him the link just to see if he had a minute. And we always get a great pow behind, you know, him sharing his thoughts. I love it. I love it. I love talking to him. He's an awesome brother, very wise. And a lot of people are like, oh, he is so young, child. You a cougar? No, that's my brother, and that's my spiritual cheerleader as I am for him. And that's the way it should be. People like to, you know, um, vilify everything you do when you try to be a positive person. And, you show kindness and you have an effect on people from a positive standpoint. And some people are so used to being negative, so used to being professional victims, so used to looking down on others because that's how they see themselves, as beneath, as lower. So they have to drag others down below them in order to feel relevant. And a lot of times you see male female interaction, and then you also have to automatically assume that there's something else going on that's just not quite as righteous, you know. But that's never the case with me because I interact with a lot of different people from a lot of different places, and I think that's a good thing. And the more pleasant we are to each other, especially in mixed company, you see the results. You get lots of positivity, and he took time out of his busy evening to pop in for a few minutes and say something good, encouraging, with a solution, something we can take action on. So if you feel motivated, you want a reading, you want to start getting deeper into the tarot with me, um, I do energy work as well. None of it is ever negative. You have to have positive intentions to have positive results. And hit the donate button or the support button, whatever it is over there, on the channel page. And if you want to send a small token for the birth of Butterfly Totem, we'll do a great reading via email. I have $10 email readings, and I have $20 live 1-hour sessions. And the more services that you look into with me, the deeper you can go to resolving issues, to addressing things that may have gone unaddressed that are causing a delay in manifesting the service towards your highest good. That's the whole point. Living our highest good and keep striving for more, for better, for more peace, more balance, more unity, starting to hear that natural rhythm of the drum. That's my goal. And I hear it whenever we get together on these little powwows. It could be a handful of people, it could be a couple of dozen of people. It doesn't matter. If you're tuning in and you feeling what the vibe here, enjoying the vibe here, send a little love, send a little energy my way. This is for Butterfly Totem Botanica Healing Spa. It'll be first erected here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and it's a beautiful thing. And I've been putting my energy toward a couple of different places that are really gorgeous. They have a rich, beautiful, positive history. I'll be doing my homework on these structures. We can't just stick our people up in anywhere, because if the energy is off, it's not going to manifest what we need it to. And that's a healing environment where it's a safe place to come to talk about those difficult things. If you need some spiritual counseling, if you need some mental counseling, those go together. They go together. The physical counseling ties in there too, 360 degrees. Then you can get touch therapy, you can get aromatherapy, you can get herbal therapy, oil therapy, all kind of therapy. I do candle magic work, positive influence on a situation. Put your intent behind it. It's always got to be a good thing. That's what healing is. It's positive. Sometimes you do surgery on there to get healing, and it don't feel good to get down in those wounds. But you can't put a band-aid over a bullet hole. And that's what we do in the Black Nation a lot. We overlook, oh, you know what, it'll go away. It'll work itself out. I don't want to face it. It's too much. It's ugly. I don't have the energy. Can't put a band-aid over a bullet hole. That's why now, when you step back and look at the bigger picture, we are at each other's throats. And a lot of the times we forget even why we fighting each other. Been doing it so long. Like them other people over there across the tracks when Joker came over here, them type of people. That energy, you get caught up in there, get sucked in. You look up, you done wasted a half a decade on foolishness, buffoonery, and clowning around in the body of an adult, okay? But your mind and your spirit has regressed to an infantile state. And the only response that you can give to somebody is to lash out in a destructive way. When you run across somebody's content or a person who might look different, talk different, have a different view, you lash out and attack. That's a person who is in some pain. They're carrying some baggage. People who do that shit for fun, those people have issues. People who take pleasure in watching that type of destructive behavior, they are just as sick as the ringleaders, if not more so sick in some cases. So it's more than a notion to try to sift through all that shit when you're trying to live your higher good, your highest good. Serve yourself, to heal yourself, to be able to be of service to others, and not let that dysfunction change you and scar you, and you come out on the other side rising from the ashes. The phoenix. You can't be a phoenix if you walking around with pigeons, you know. You can't serve your highest good if you're forever trying to dig yourself out of a hole that you have entered into with other people who have no purpose, who see your purpose as a joke. That's why if I don't take Butterfly Totem seriously, if I don't take my very existence from day to day seriously, how is anybody going to see it as a necessity that we need for our village, for our tribes, for our children, for our communities, for our neighborhoods? This is can be something so great, you know. You see sole proprietor dentist. Oh, that's been my dentist for 50 years. He's been right there on that same corner, knows what he's doing. Very good technician of the teeth. Okay? Keep us in shape. Keep us all chompers up in the mouth. We don't need no partials. We don't need no artificials. We got all the pieces up in there. You know, that's what I'm striving for. That type of longevity. You know, office been there so long, you see people get hired, and that same receptionist is there all your life growing up. You see that same woman in there, take your appointment, give you a free toothbrush and a sugar-free piece of gum or whatever. That's what we need, that feeling back, where you know every person on the block. I know this. Each family. Now you look down the block, you're like, I don't want to talk to them motherfuckers down there. I don't know who they might snatch my ass up in that house. I'll never see daylight again. You know what I'm saying? We need to push that type of negative energy out of our nation. Something that's just for us. Support black first. If I can go to Walmart and pick out different stuff that I need supplies wise, tissue paper, you know, paper towels, paper plates. It's black owned companies that sell that stuff. You can order it online on Amazon. You can order it on some of them on eBay. I think it's one on eBay. Black owned paper supply company, napkins, bathroom tissue, facial tissue, all of that. I'm gonna get that. I got the number around here somewhere. I'm gonna post it up on Empath Angie so that we can start patronizing our weekly supply. You need toilet. Come on now, we need toilet paper. You know, and it's biodegradable, it's safe, it's organic, it's recyclable. Some of them don't have the roller in the middle, so you don't have to waste more paper throwing away that roll when it's empty and stuff like that. That's the things we need to start thinking about to help save us money, time, and energy so that we could take those things we would normally buy and throw it away. I'm not going to buy that from you. So I'm gonna end up throwing that wrapper away. I'm gonna go over here and donate and support this, so I can know what I'm getting. I know it's black owned, and my dollar going to somebody that need it a little bit more than these mass production venues, mass produced stuff, and just killing us with dyes and all kind of synthetic crap. You know, I ordered from a black owned tissue company in Chicago, and they delivered. And it was amazing because everything was wrapped in recyclable paper. They didn't use any plastic. You know, even the interior roller that they rolled paper around was biodegradable. You could flush that down the toilet too. And I'm gonna get that name of that company and post it up everywhere. I'm putting it on Google everywhere, and keep sharing these things with each other. Keep passing around good things, and click on the link when somebody shares you says they're black owned. Click it, read it, take a look, explore. Don't just be like, oh, that's nice. We do that. We keep scrolling. Oh, that's black on good. Like, let me keep going. Read it. You never know. It might be something real simple to the point. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and support them. Do they have a donate button? I got an extra $5. I'm not gonna buy nothing. Just put that on the books. You know, they do it all the time too for each other. And like I said, if they can get together and collect tens of hundreds of thousands of $1 million in some cases for a murderer who shot a young black man dead and did not do a minute in prison for it and lied all the way through the trial. If they can raise that much money for him, there ain't no reason why we can't do twice as much for our own, for each other. We have to use discernment. We have to do our research. We have to ask those tough questions. We have to make each other uncomfortable and hold each other accountable to stop all these scams and all these phantom projects that's being funded, and they telling you to your face how stupid you are because you paying all my bills and you funding my lifestyle to be a jackass. So yeah, I said it and I say it again. You know, sitting up in public arguing and bickering and fucking with people on the village dime, and we sitting there eating up every moment. Just keep on clicking on that, keep on watching it, keep on adding to and egging it on. And you have honest people out here practically begging financial institutions for funding so they can create something special, something necessary, youth programs, youth venues for the youth to come to have mentorship. Your device always get thrown aside and fall through the crack. Always. You know, you'll donate to and buy $100 tickets to the fight or the pay-per-view. You spend $75, $80 to watch 1 hour, if that, of a boxing match. You could take a fourth of that, $25 of 100, 1/4, and say, you know what? I see this arts and crafts little lady doing this. She's been doing it for a while. Let me give her $25. See what she can do with that. Oh, she got some more yarn. Let me see what she makes with the yarn. You know? Oh, let me buy a blanket or a hat or something. Let me have her make something for my cousin or my niece or what have you. It don't always have to be for self. Me. What am I going to get out of it? You get the gift of being responsible for your brother or your sister and helping them climb up another notch. Even if it's half a notch, they're making progress. So hit the support button. Our goal is $40 a day. I do readings for that. I do energy work. I do healing work, counseling sessions. That's what I do. That's what I'm in school for. That's what my passion is. So I'm not sitting up here pretending to be goddamn something. I have something to show for it, and I showed it, and my credentials are real. I don't have to invent no damn dossier of bullshit. Because, you know, we get a kick out of bullshitting each other because we are easily bullshitted. And people like me, spiritual workers, psychics, empaths, you know, readers, clairvoyant, paranormal people, that's why we're not received well, because we can see through the bullshit. We're not easily bullshitted. And that's what abusers do. That's what sociopaths do. They pick easy, vulnerable, unsuspecting, non-thinking, dead-headed targets. That's what they do. And if you're not an easy target, then you're shunned. You're put aside and cast aside as worthless. Same thing with malignant narcissists. When you go no contact or you don't feed their narcissistic supply by bickering, arguing with them, going back and forth, letting them wear you out with all that circle talking, time waste bullshit, you put a stop to it. They you know what, let me call somebody up and talk about her, because you know what, she didn't let me drag her down into my hell, into the hole. I couldn't get her in the hole with me, so now she ain't shit. Let me tell you all about this motherfucking horror. You know, you come all kind of stuff when you don't let people abuse you or disrespect you or defile your with their filthy, toxic energy when they can't bring their aura to you that's tarnished, when they have watery man and woman codes, and you point it out and say, I'm gonna have to deal with you with the side eye, hunty, because that I don't practice. You do, and you know what? Them energies don't coincide very well, so we're gonna be blessed and go our separate way. That's what we're gonna do. And they're gonna reach and try to pull you back, and you go, child, wait a minute. I can't go there with you now. You become all kind of motherfucking bitches and all kind of stuff. And when they're really projecting what they see about themselves onto you. It's easier for them that way to endure it, to cope. That's a coping mechanism, to project. If I project my negative qualities onto somebody who has never mistreated me, never done anything wrong, all they did was say, no, I'm not going to participate in that with you. Oh, why not? Give me my way. I'm gonna make you do it. Well, then I'm gonna have to discontinue contact with you. Those are the consequences to being disrespectful, violating my boundaries, and creating chaos in my cipher. I have to have you exit swiftly. You know, the opposite way. Keep going. And ain't no love lost. I still love you, but I can love you from way over there. I don't have to be around you to love you. I can show you I love you by wishing you well, sending you positive things, even stopping through and going, gotta go. I just came to share a smile with you. Make sure you good. I see you good over here. You don't need me. Bye. You know, black folks could find a wonderful payout to being more humble with each other. We like to feel like I have the monopoly on this information because I'm a woman and women are better than men. And because I'm better than you, I know everything about even the things that I don't know nothing about, and I don't even know you. So I have to be right fighters. How's that working out for you though? You managed to chase everybody good away. And you left sitting there surrounded by people who don't have a fucking soul. Next thing you know, they done ate your soul up. Then what? You can't go shit on everybody else because you let somebody snatch your soul and drain you dry, dehydrated like a desert. Your energy just zapped, gone. You have nothing left to give. You don't get to shit on me. Sorry. Sorry. I'm saving my energy for my family, my business, my projects, my work, my improvement of my spirit, releasing the pain so that I can fill it back up with pleasure, with learning, growth, all of those things. Healing myself. And when I learn better how to heal myself, guess what? All that spills out over onto everybody who comes through the doors of Butterfly Totem. Anybody who passed by this stream, anybody who clicked on that channel, anybody who visit that page and click that book button, anybody who send a donation and say, hey, I sent you $3 because I like you and I watched your stream last night. There you go. You know how much $3 would do for me? Buy me a stack of 500 business cards, print it out. See, I can make $1 holler. And it's a beautiful thing because that keeps the energy going. So if you feel it, you feel this vibe, you feel this butterfly totem coming in the shade, I still got a lot of work to do. And I'm going to take you with me every step of the way. It's going to be awesomeness. It's going to be amazingness. hit that donate support button on my channel page. Just send $5. You get up in the morning, you running late, you didn't have time for breakfast, you stop off at McDonald's, you pay that little $2 for your cup of coffee. Share that with me. You take 2, I take 2. You know, if you bougie, you can go to Starbucks. That's $5 motherfucking dollars. $2.50. You know, I'll get a small coffee today. Put the $2.50 up there on the support button. It'll go right over there. You ain't got to do nothing but type in what you want to give. Put the rest of the form in there. Take you 3 minutes. Pow. Not even that long. So, Butterfly Totem is going to be beautiful. And I can't wait to welcome people in there, you know, into the establishment so they can touch and see it and experience it. We need to be better stewards of each other, better stewards of our energy, and not letting professional victims suck you in. Chaos, confusion, discord, disease, and it comes all wrapped in such a pretty little package sometime, don't it? They come so sweet, just perfect. You know what? Where did you come from? How I come? I didn't know you was around here. Next thing you know, you trying to hunt this person down, try to choke them because they done wasted your time. You wasted money, wasted resources, turn your whole existence upside down because they don't have no purpose and they want to steal yours. It makes them happy to do it. That's a malignant, time-wasting professional victim. Then when you call out the hellhounds on their ass, why are you doing this to me? Stop stalking me. Why you leave me alone? Okay. Stop stalking you, huh? Okay. All right. So how about I not stalk you and just drag you? How about that? Let's do that. Got choices. Still got choices. See? You don't have to stop and allow people to continue to be a liability. And if they create a liability, you still got choices and rectify that. It's all kind of ways to skin a cat to make people give you the respect of your peace and sanctity. You deserve it. You know, I protect my peace and sanctity with my very soul. And if you can penetrate and kill me and snatch my soul, you one real good motherfucker, because I ain't giving it up easy. Not giving it up easy. So, Empath Angie is on Facebook. And if you have any services, Black First, put it on Empath Angie over there on Facebook. Bookmark the page, save the page, share the page. Encourage your peoples to come over here and get a reading live with me. And I can do video recording, so you have a little copy. You can refer back to it and delete it, whatever you want to do. Or you can do an email reading if you don't feel like talking. You know, don't feel like talking, just go on in there in the email, send you $10 on the support page on my channel and say, hey, I need my email reading. What's up? What's up with this? So we can work it out. We're keeping it simple. We're keeping it simple. We're doing small goals every day until we reach a milestone. Once we reach that second milestone, we're doing increase our goal a little bit for the next milestone, the series of events we need to handle. So like I said, we're working on funding, grant writing, stuff like that. Right now, we are just doing small things to keep the energy flow going so we can move on up a little higher the east side and get things done that way, you know, steady as it goes. And that's the only way to make it beautiful, is take our time and invest and pay attention to details, because that's what makes it really special, is the detail.
Exactly.
So, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was quick.
Yes, yes. It was for South Korea.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was for South Korea.
So yeah, I was just kind of reviewing over what we're gonna have, what we're working on now toward Butterfly Totem. The funding part, that's the hardest part.
Exactly. Exactly. Getting our brothers and our sisters to help us sometimes is the hardest part, but I'm optimistic that things will turn around.
Mm,
Nothing stays the same. It just takes one person to make that change, to make that difference.
yes, that's true. The best journeys always start with the first step.
Exactly.
And boy, I must be one tough cookie because boy, they be shooting them arrows and bullets at me because I take that first step. I'm always the lab rat. I'll do it. And I'm
Exactly.
tackled and bludgeoned and talked about. I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it. I'm tired of seeing our people without, you know?
Exactly. I agree with you. Sorry, my camera work is terrible today. Oh, wow. There we go. A little bit more light in here.
Here you go. Yep, that's nice. You know me, I'm a dark person. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a hermit.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
So, did I miss the whole conversation? I'm sorry. I came in at the last minute.
No, no, actually, I was going into changing gears, to light that fire like I do, and just have people. I'm using the Starbucks analogy. If you go in tomorrow to get your $5 Starbucks, maybe you could get a smaller size and you could split your $5 a day allowance with me, 250 and 250. You're muted.
I agree. I agree with you that sometimes we have to share. And that's one thing that we have to start doing. It's one of those things that I was telling you about before, group economics. Group economics is very important. We have to do that because we have to start building things for the future generation. You
Yeah.
know, if you look around, there's not much left to give our future generations. Um, not every child is fortunate enough to have the skills that you and I have, or your generation has. It's just something that we have to understand. We had this conversation the other day that not every child is a scholar you
Yep.
know, and that doesn't mean that they're stupid. Okay, that doesn't mean that they're dumb, but quote unquote, to the American standard, that means okay. So since you don't know how to read this book, etc., then the American standard is that you're just stupid. You know,
Exactly.
so but that's not true. You know, even some of the people, quote unquote, who have dyslexia are some of the smartest people in the world when it comes to certain things.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
I agree because, as you know, I'm a huge advocate for autism awareness, spectrum disorders. And as a spiritualist and having my own son who is on the spectrum, very high functioning autism, Asperger syndrome, um, watching him and other of his peers on the spectrum, I feel special needs is backwards because sometimes what we think is a handicap is really actually a prodigy, a genius. Just because we don't understand it our way, that doesn't mean their way is a negative or something that is behind what we would deem normal. And I totally agree because education comes in all forms. Everybody can't sit in a classroom and with a book and listen to a lecture for an hour. Everybody can't go through academic overload taking 40 hours of classes and sleeping one. Everybody can't do that traditional way. So there's lots of things our babies can learn in the community. I know I learned a lot from the local barber. You know, he taught me a lot of stuff, like how to change a tire, what a distributor cap was, how to put water in the radiator, just from going there with my dad, how to shave with a straight razor. I didn't go to college for that, you know. He taught me with a balloon how to shave, and I was a little girl. So our kids can get educated all different kind of ways. You know, I know there were some that would come home with my daughter when I had a daycare, and they learned patience dealing with children. They learned how to care for another living person. That interaction, socialization appropriately for different age groups, so they can learn all different kind of ways. And we can tap into those things where we would look at it as a disability. I think we're the disabled ones, really, you know, because I learned so much from autism spectrum people, and it's not in the classroom, and you can't really pay for that kind of knowledge. It's priceless. Those life lessons that we pick up along the way is also educating our youth, the generation coming up under us. I agree, 100% lost. I mean, misguided.
I
However,
call them the zombie generation.
yeah, that's perfect term. The zombie generation. My One of my older spiritual sisters calls them deadheads. Yeah.
They're
And
eating their self alive, is what I call it. When you look at some of the younger generation that's younger than me, um, you have to ask yourself, oh wow, if they're like this now, how are they going to be when they are older? How are they going to be when they are, 50 and 60 years old? It's going to be terrible.
yeah, it's sad. It's sad because, in attempting to try to have conversations with certain elders who are stuck in their own era, and they want us to just automatically have a magic button to understand that. Like, I believe a lot of our elders expected us to have a manual that came with us when we were born, and they still are stuck on that. They're a little bit resentful because they were ill equipped. And that's just the truth. Not that they're bad people, not that they were bad parents on purpose, not that they abused us and neglected us on purpose in many areas. Now, of course, it wasn't intentional, some of it was. But it's okay to understand and say, you know what, I just didn't quite have what it took to raise a family effectively in my era. Now that I know better, I'm still holding the ability to heal those things that I wasn't able to address because I didn't know any better.
Well,
Now I'm learning better, you know?
you know, a lot of the older generation won't admit their faults. And it's okay to admit your fault. It's okay to say, you know what, I effed up. How about now? What can I do now? You know, but when you listen to a lot of the older generation, they're so snooty to tooty, they are so well educated, etc. I don't have a master's degree. I don't have a doctoral degree.
Mhm.
Myself, I don't have those things. My education comes from learning. Okay.
Yeah.
Learning real world stuff. I experienced several sets of lives: the rich life, the poor life. I experienced the ghetto life, the life living, in the suburbs. I've experienced all types of those angles. I've been in business. I've been poor before where I could not get in business. I've been rejected for jobs, and now I'm no longer rejected from jobs. So I learn from my experiences, but I also admit my faults. One of the things that caused me issues over the years was the fact that my anger for how things went down for my generation, my anger for how the world is, or how the U.S. treats, certain people, if you get my drift. So, I had to take a step back and go back to not being the victim anymore. I got tired of being the victim. The victim wasn't getting me anywhere because I was sitting around being the victim saying, they did this. They don't like me. Black men have it hard. They don't want to hire me. This place doesn't want to do this. This young lady doesn't like me. So I started to say, you know what? I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you want to date me. I don't care if you want to be my friend. I don't care if you want to be my family member. I'm going to do me because one thing that I always tell people is that we have one life and only one life to live. So that means at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, it means that, sorry, I got too off. I was reading the comments. At the end of the day, uh, um, you know, at the end of the day, we have to stop being the victim because you'll get left behind.
Hmm.
Just look at how many people. Do you really get anywhere being the victim? Do you really get anywhere waiting on people to treat you right? If a person doesn't like you, then move out of their way. If a store doesn't treat you right, do you know how many stores there are in a city? Hundreds. If not in that city, the next city. That's why we're called the United States of America. You can go to any state, any city, and shop. Heck, these days in some places you can get your groceries delivered to you.
Yeah, Peapod, and they're healthier too.
You know, I don't have Peapod and where I live, but what I do know is I have Amazon.
Yeah.
I can get some dry goods, oatmeal, or you know, uh, um, gluten-free pasta. All types of stuff that's dried. I can get canned good stuff without salt, without sugar. So
Hmm.
we have to stop making up so many excuses for different things. We have to start being doers instead of being whiners.
I
And
like
we
that.
we whine a lot about
We
our
do.
situation.
We do whine a lot. We have a lot of misguided information that we regurgitate and verbally masturbate on each other, and that is counterproductive too because it also gives me hives. When you give someone a little bit of information or they find a little touch of information and they think they've embarked on this new pioneering plethora of a monopoly over this information, then they share it with others as if no one else can crack a book, no one else can click a link, no one else can Google. And then we're caught in this, pissing contest of wit and ego. And we don't get anything done but a bunch of arguing and talking up over each other and chaos and white noise. That's useless. We can't do anything with talking all the time. We have to put action behind those words. If we have ideas, we have solutions to issues and problems and concerns. Great to talk about it because you're addressing it. Now what though? What are you going to do after you address it? You have to put some action. To do anything in this country takes money. You got to spend it
Exactly.
in order to
Oh,
cultivate. And
definitely. 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 The only way these days, sadly, people say, well, there's racism all over the place. Yes, there is. But one thing that I fight back with racism is avoiding. And also the second thing is money. Shut up, eat this dollar. Shut up, eat this $5. You know, that's how I avoid a lot of situations. You have to put yourself in some predicaments when you don't have the money. You
that's
have
right.
to deal with the common people. You have to deal with what we call quote unquote the roaches. But when you have money to buy roach repellent, but the good stuff, not the dollar stuff, the good stuff, the stuff that you know that's going to work, then
Hmm.
those roaches are gone
They're
because
gone.
you have enough money to keep spraying those roaches. When you have a rat, I always tell people when you have a rat, you can catch the rat. You just have to learn their behaviors.
That's right.
Okay. I've caught many mice over the years. I remember when I first moved into my house, um, in the first year, Queen, in the first year, this house had 12 mice in it when I
Woo.
first moved in here. Yes, I didn't know it was in the house. I didn't bring them with me. They were already here.
Hmm.
Okay. So what did I do? The first thing I did is I tried to find out where are these mice coming from. Well, they were coming from my neighbors because my neighbors would leave garbage all over the place. So what
Mm-hmm.
did I do? I started covering up the holes in the house, which means it's the same thing. When you know that you have mice, you have snakes in your life, in order for them not to get inside of your house, which is your body, your foundation, your life, you need to do what? You need to take something to cover up those holes, preferably cement. Okay? Take that
Some
cement.
fire.
Exactly. Some
Boy.
electric bot. Well, exactly. So you have to cover those holes up so they can't get in. So that's what I started doing. Every hole I saw, I start covering it up because a rat can fit through anything. A mice can fit through anything. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have bones like us. They have cartilage, so they can fit under a door. So I had to find out. Okay, so then I would sit here sometimes. Okay, and I would see what mice do. Do you know what they do? They love to hide. They
Yep.
love to hide in filth. They love to hide in clothing. They love to hide in a lot of things. And do you know what they do? They love when the lights are off, when it's dark.
Oh
They
yeah.
love to run in the corners. They never run in the middle, but they run in the corners. And when
Come
they
on.
see you, they run away from you when they see you because they're terrified of you. You're scared of them, but they're more scared of you because they know what they're doing is wrong. And you compare that to human beings. You know, some people know what they're doing to you is wrong, but you got to stop them right in their track. Hold up, stop right there. As the song says, stop in the name of the,
Yep.
okay? Keep pushing. I'm not trying to listen to you. Keep pushing. I'm not going to answer your phone call. I'm going to delete you off of my messenger. I'm going to delete you off my social media because I don't have time for that negative spirit. And when you have negative people surrounding you, you will become negative.
There you go.
When you think positive and you put it out there and say, I will, I can, I will not give up, that's when things will start happening for you in your life. And this is true for everyone. This is the advice I give everybody to do is to speak out of your mouth positive things. Who
Yeah.
cares if someone don't like you? You know, who cares if someone doesn't think that you're cute or attractive? This ain't no popularity contest in life. This is about living. This is
I,
about surviving.
last I checked, just because you gorgeous, that don't mean you gonna survive.
Exactly.
Everybody can't make money off their looks just because they're beautiful. You have to be
Exactly.
trained in order to do that. If you're not
Exactly.
trained, you can't make the money to survive. It's an ongoing process. It's a chain reaction to everything, and that's what I was saying about the chaos that comes behind the professional victim.
You
They
have to learn. Go ahead.
own and then when they avoid and deflect and project, because their behavior becomes yours when you say stop, don't do that to me. Then it's, oh, you're this, you're that. The chaos that you see how they try to drag you in with the confusion, try to confuse you.
Hmm.
You got to also be mindful of that. How far you willing to be sucked into the chaos that comes after you
Hmm.
stop that professional victim from doing and abusing you and polluting you with their chaos. Are you gonna argue with them? Because then other people are watching in the nation. Okay, these two are going at it and fighting, so I might as well jump in too. That's what we see on social media. Everybody jumping in something. They're not versed on it. They just want to add something negative to it. Before you know it, it's crashing and burning. Then took a life of its own, and then that person that engaged in it to start it in the first place, long gone, never to be seen again.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. And the problem that I have with so many people is that we allow fear to control our life. As you remember the other day, I told you I was so afraid because I was teaching my first class with the Olympics company. So today I got my results back and I got a 5 out of 5. I got a 100% results out of the 7 business students that I taught on my first day. I didn't know what I was doing with their new platform and all these difficult systems. I just did what? I use the same method that I do with everything else in my life. I do it. I continue to do it. So I got 100%. And some of the comments said, "You are just a wonderful teacher. I love your spirit. You're the best teacher that's here out of the 1,000 teachers." And those types of things are the encouragements that I need. When you can come away with 5 stars on your first day,
Mhm.
that means that is your gift. That is something that you have that no one can stop. When what they say, what do they say? They say that your gift will make room for you.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's okay if people call you a fraud, queen. It's okay if people say you're crazy, because guess what? Your gift is making room for you.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you to judge this person? If
Mhm.
I thought you were a fraud, if I thought you were a nasty person or that you were not real, I wouldn't be talking to you, because I only surround myself around successful people, around people that I see that are going to the next level.
That's right. That's true. That is true. And that was my confirmation again, because sometimes we have to relearn certain lessons in order for it to stick. And that was my confirmation. I am removing anything, anyone that brings energy that is not serving my highest good. That's my new mantra.
And here's the thing. Here's another piece of advice. And I got to leave you on this because I got to get to my other class. But here's the other thing. The only thing that can happen is someone can say no to you,
Yeah.
or you can fail for the first time at something. And the great thing about failing at something, the great thing about someone saying no, it makes you work harder,
Yeah.
because after a while, odds are someone's going to say yes. I remember when I first tried to get into one of the universities, what was that, 3 years ago, and they told me that I wasn't a fit for the university. It was Western Governors University that I was trying to get into. And I was quite insulted because Western Governor University is a rinky dinky place. No offense. When I say rinky dinky, I mean it doesn't really have an actual school building. It's an online school. So I'm like, wow, if they did not mean, then I just must be terrible, you know. And I began to give up. But then, I was encouraged to continue because I used that same thing. Just because this university told me that I'm not a fit doesn't mean the rest won't. So I began to apply for 2 more universities. I said, I'm just going to apply for 2 more. Do you know when I applied for the University of Utah, they accepted me into the University of Utah,
Mm.
and they offer doctorate degrees there. Do you
Mm.
know that when I applied for New Mexico University, they accepted me in New Mexico University? So that was my confirmation. The one school that denied me, there was two more doors that opened, and I had a hard time trying to pick because both of them are very good universities.
Mm.
Okay,
That's an
so
awesome story.
that is a message to people. Never give up. Continue to push. Continue to try.
Mhm.
I got to get out of here again, Queen.
All right.
Um, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Have a good class.
Thank you, thank you, and you
All
have a
right.
good talk.
Bless you.
Bless you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh my God, that's good news. I love good news. That's inspiring. It's simple, but it's powerful. A lot of people like, so what? Everybody does it. Everybody goes to college. It's not that hard. It is difficult for some people to go to college and get a formal education, if you will. And it is not easy for our nation to do it. It's very, very expensive, depending on what field you want to go into. And it's very difficult. It's a slippery uphill slope. Just my own journey through nursing school, very difficult. I faced a lot of racism. I went to school in the South. They denied me the nursing program twice, and I had everything that it took. All my ducks were in a row, and a lot of times, it just was people who were uninspired that were in the wrong position, wrong place, wrong timing. And when I learned how to navigate, network, and talk better and convey my points better and word my requests better and grammar and punctuation and writing skills and all that, I got what I wanted, which was accepted into the nursing program, you know. And that's another thing, we need to cultivate several different skills. Having just one skill set, one stream of income, that's old and dead now. You need three or four or five streams of income sometimes, depending on where you live, depending on your lifestyle, depending on how many children you have or don't have, depending on how many people are dependent on you. You have to have more than one stream of income because, as we know, America's economy is horrible, and many other countries that we are indebted to really are looking for us to pay them back, and we're not going to be able to do it in this here lifetime. And with the way this country has their practices in politics, it ain't looking too good. We ain't on the A list no more. We, on the shit list. So you got to have multiple streams of income, different ways that you can make money, make a living that's righteous, that it provides a service and is protecting and providing ways for others to gain resources and education to provide and do the same thing. And it's really not rocket science to reach out and support your own people first and say, instead of me going over to McDonald's and buying a bunch of cheeseburgers for lunch, let me go to that chef down the street. That's a short order cook. He has his own catering business. Let me order lunch from him. It might be a little bit more expensive than McDonald's, but you have fresh food. You got somebody that you know is practicing and learning a craft of feeding people, which blesses you even more when you feed people. Let me patronize him or her. Let me give them, instead of giving McDonald's $10, I'll give them 20 and have a great 5-star meal, have it catered, and then we've just made a connection. This is a Black-owned business, and I'm a Black person, so why should I not? Passing info along, too, is also a very difficult thing for Black folks to do. We don't like to share. We don't like to give somebody the one up because then they might jump ahead faster than us, and we have to stay in competition with each other. It's okay because there's enough to go around. If they make it before you, that doesn't mean you're not going to make it. If they figure something out a little bit more creatively than you, that doesn't mean you can't figure it out too. It's okay to learn from each other for those that are willing to teach and share their knowledge base. And that's why I'm here. When I learn more about myself and about people, about human behavior, how the brain works, how the body and the brain have to be in sync in order to heal effectively. That's why I'm here doing what I do, working for what I need and what I ask you for. I want your attention. I want your trust. I want your reliability. I want your communionship. I want your camaraderie. So if I'm asking for that, I have to give back something. I have to share something. If I want a donation, I have to be willing to provide that service. A reading, energy cleansing, ongoing energy work that manifests different improvements in your life. I work from all different areas. So that's why it's important to invest in each other, not just time and talking, not just, going around dumping on each other, bringing chaos, being victims of each other. Oh, you did this, you talked about my mom, or you talked about my auntie, you said that, you put this and you posted that. It's, it's not adding to our pocketbook. It's not adding to our knowledge base. It's not adding to give our children anything but more chaos, more barren, open-ended emptiness. That's all it's doing. Because they're like, okay, everybody's around me is going at it. Everybody around me has lost their ever-loving mind. Now what am I supposed to do with myself? Now I don't have anybody to show me and teach me how to find my path, how to find my purpose. That's why I say family oriented. This is going to be encompassing everybody, babies, teenagers, elders, and everybody in between.
Oh my God.
Touch therapy is good for everybody. And just like spiritual consultations, spiritual guidance, enlightenment on certain things. You come across something, you say, well, what? That inspired me. Let me share it. It might inspire somebody else. So hit the blue support button on my channel, Queen Common Sense, right here. Just open up another tab, click that button, put in a little love token. And if you can't, or you're maybe not interested, or you're not ready, you can book your reading. We can do it later. You can request a video reading, live reading, or an email reading, which is $10. It's at empathangie@gmail.com. And all you got to do is shoot something my way, shoot me an email, and we'll get this show on the road. I have a tall order, and they're piling in. My clientele base is expanding. I'm so very pleased and happy and grateful and excited to be able to start to walk and live in my purpose, in my calling, where I don't have to take them jobs and be sitting looking at the computer screen with a side eye, because I'd rather be building my website. I'd rather be, on the phone with a client, or on the video chat with a client, looking through what we can find, how to manifest things that they've been waiting on doing and need a little push. All of that takes work, time, energy, and money, in that order. So I read in a book, Napoleon Hill, wrote a book, and it was about getting rich, and it said that if you spend 8 hours at a job, you should spend 8 hours on your own dreams and goals. Just as much time as you spend at work, you should spend working on yourself. And sometimes that's difficult to juggle because we got a lot of other people we're working on too. So I'm starting to implement that, and it's working. If I can spend 5 hours in a class setting or in a training session, learning a new job, learning a new trade or a new skill or a new set of rules, policies, or whatever, I can spend 5 hours doing a stream. 1 hour, I could do 3-hour, 1 hour readings, and I could do 2 hours of boosting up and beefing up my pages on social media and putting myself out there. So, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've learned. These are the skills that I'm using to live my highest good, to be able to be of service. And it takes a special breed of person to be an ongoing servant, to want to do and be a positive input, in an influence, and a positive addition to their nation. Everybody ain't cut out for it. Sometimes I wonder, am I really cut out for it? With the things that I see and what I hear being said and how people act. I'm like, ooh, maybe I need to take a break from this, because I don't know, Hunty, if I really want to dig down deeper in this hole. But it's stuff like this, when people like Marcus pop in, Lance Scurv, J Math, Omni, all these beautiful people that we have connected with in such a short time and had a powerful energy exchange. Beautiful things are starting to emerge. Blessings are starting to unfold and manifest. How can you beat that? And it's all black people, beautiful, melanated, brown, bronze, chocolate. Us. This is us. We doing it. We got a tribe right here. 5 people watching, couple people in the chat. Boom. 5 times 5 is 20. If you don't want to get a reading, you could send a little $5 donation. You know what? Tomorrow I'm not going to get my Starbucks. I'm going to give it to a black business that's working. Things changing. Things growing. I see something here. If you see something here, drop $5 and say, you know what? Maybe just I'll send you a couple questions just to see. I want to dabble with that a little bit, see what you're doing. See if you know what you're doing. Challenge me. You know, I know one of my recent clients put me to a good challenge. Said, let me see what you're working with, because this is what I need done, hunty. And I need help. So if you know what you're doing, you look like you know what you're doing. So we're going to see what you're working with. Let's do this. When people come to me that way, I feel honored and inspired, and I got a fire under me now. You know, whereas 2 days ago, I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? Let me try to figure out something, you know. Let me see if I can, you know, tap dance on the corner for some money, or twirl a baton and start a marching band, get some donations. I don't know what we going to do, you know, but to keep it righteous, where I don't have to walk up and down and hook, where I don't have to be that black hoe that people want to label me as, where I don't have to be that stripper, hooker, slut, prostitute, horror. I don't have to do that, because I'm sharpening up my skills. I'm reaching back up my sleeve to them old little skills that I used to do to make it through college, be able to have a bag of noodles and some bologna to eat. You know, I went to college and I had my baby with me, my bastard daughter with me. She went to school with me, class with me. She was the adopted mascot of Southern University in the nursing program. So it wasn't easy, hunty. That's not a glamorous story. However, I survived it. Got beat up, scratched up, scarred up, talked about, dragged. You know, I survived. You know, did I mess up, make mistakes? Yeah. Did I make bad decisions? Hell yeah. Did I know what I was doing all the time? No. Did I need help? Yes. That's the key. Knowing when we need help, to help each other. And every little bit counts. Every little bit goes toward a purpose for the goal. Butterfly totem. Healing. You know, the intent behind giving can be healing or destructive. It can manifest, or it can be just malignant. You know, that word is the buzzword of the hour. Malignant. That, you know, stagnated, just stuck there, rotting. You know, we don't need no more rotten fruit. We don't need no more bad apples. You know, we need to change this around. When we see something going on that ain't right, we need to put our 2 cents in there and change that on around. Look, hey, this is madness. Let me do something to try to alleviate some of this here. Let me separate from it and bring some people with me. Let's get away from this. Let's do something different, something new. You know, that's going to bring about a change, and you can actually feel it as well as see it. So hit that support button, or you can go directly through PayPal. If you have your PayPal there on your phone or whatever, wherever you're watching from, go to PayPal, boom, put a couple of dollars, empathangie@gmail.com, and you can book a reading with me on my page. If you're on my Facebook personal page, inbox me. Hey, I'm ready for my reading, hunty. And we'll get down. We can set up a time and get on that camera, and we go to town, honey, with these little Vision Quest cards. Tell me a lot. They speak to me often. You know, I told the story before that a very dear dear spiritual sister of mine purchased these for me as a surprise. And that's when people were pushing me. You need to do more reading. You need to get on here and show us what you're working with. We like what you do. Oh, child, no, this is a little pastime. I ain't nothing like that, you know. Then before you know it, I'm getting little beautiful gifts in the mail. I'm like, Then somebody said, I need a reading. I said, you know what? Let me open up my little Vision Quest card here and get some energy going. Let me touch them and see what they say. And before you know it, I was doing readings with them. Because I used to do just the Egyptian tarot. Then I got another set. And I started, you know, messing around with the Rider-Waite. That's your basic set of tarot cards, Rider-Waite. And those didn't give me good frequency. Then was European-based cards. See, so I couldn't do that. I had to go along the Egyptian Native American genre. And now here I am, growing some more. Live a little bit, you know, some things got in the way. Life happens, you know. You put stuff on the back burner, you go, whatever, you know, people ain't gonna want to see what I got there. They want to hear that. You know, they want to look at all these people twerking and cussing each other out, and I ain't finna fight through all that mess. And I was called to go through something, to go through the fire, to be forged and reforged and reshaped, so that I could see beyond the foolishness. I could read past and overlook the naysayers and the haters and the people throwing bricks and rocks and knives and, you know, stones in the pathway, refrigerators and shit, all up in the way so I can't get to where I want to go. All the time. Like I said, just happened to us last night. Had a little troll jump in here, 2 trolls jumped in here. Next thing you know, I talked them all the way around wanting to try to help. Put a little donation in there and get a reading. You know? See? Talent. You know, you come in the room acting stupid, you're going to leave out with something. If it ain't something you want, it's going to be something you need. You never forget. That's just how, you know, my grandmother raised me that way. Never leave nobody without nothing. At least make them feel good. Make them remember you. You know? So, we are here. Witching hour is almost over. It's 2:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, it's awesome. I love our brother Marcus. He, you know, he has got a lot of info to share. And he can touch the lives of men and women. He's a very powerful motivational speaker. And one of my dreams for him is to see him with his own studio in his home, so he can begin to live his dream of voiceovers, commercials, doing things like that from the comfort of his own home, so he can still nurture and take care of his family and stuff like that, and then help hire others who have that same desire to do the same. And wouldn't that be wonderful? You know? I'm trying to talk him into it, ease him into it. He's like, oh, child, please, I'm good. Well, everybody gonna live their dreams as long as you're around me. I'm a push. I'm a pusher. I'm very pushy. What are you waiting on? Why aren't you doing it? You have the resources, the means, the knowledge, and the know-how. Let's go. Let's do it. Time out for sitting waiting for that breakthrough to happen. Let me wait for this miracle to come down, you know, get blessed with this one little breakthrough. You got to sometimes make it happen. You got to push it, go get it, chase it, bite it, hunt it, go get it. And that's what I'm here for, to help figure out how to do it. And if I don't know how, I got colleagues in the witchy business who might know how. And I'm going to consult with them too. And we know how to do all kind of stuff. We're not just sitting up here talking about abracadabra. We do business, you know. You know, one of my cases, I got to get real creative with this here so we can make this stuff turn around for the better, you know, the benefit, and not take away from, deplete. I'm tired of people taking, just take. They take liberties, self-entitlement. They take our money whenever they want to. We work hard. Next thing you know, you make $800, you only got $300 on your check. What? What? Excuse me? You know I gotta eat too, right? Tired of juggling. Should I pay the light bill? Or should I split the light bill in half so I can afford a little bit of extra food, this month? So I go bulk, then I can make it stretch. Then, Lord, then I got to do overtime to make the other half of the light bill because it's right around the corner being due. We all do it. And if you act like you ain't never did that and you paid all your bills on time all your whole life, hunty, I don't believe you. Don't believe you. Not in this economy. Don't believe you. So, we're going to avoid the malignant professional victims, the sob stories, the people whining, the chaos that comes behind it, the temper tantrums, the meltdowns, the name calling, the mudslinging. We're going to back up off of that. We're going to back up. Investing time into people and situations that don't mean us any well. We can't get nothing out of it but a goddamn headache. Just be hurting. You feel like a brick is in your forehead. Every time I talk to this person, they just make me, I just want to go to bed. It don't matter what time it is. You could have just woke up. You stick on the phone with somebody for about 3-4 hours, listening to them suck the life out of you with all this bullshit. They want your advice, but they don't shut up long enough to get it. So you just sit there, put the phone down, go wash the dishes, put a little laundry in, take a shower on mute, come back, they still talking. Child, what you think? Well, let me tell you something else before I go ahead with that. I know you had that experience before. Don't do it. See that number block? They call back, delete. They text you, who this? I don't know you. Bye. No love lost, no hard feelings. You ain't gotta be nasty about it. But back up off that shit. Start removing things out of your life that keep you bound up. I can't do nothing because of this particular group of people or that person in my life is causing me, giving me the blues. Especially when I find something to make me happy. They don't never see the happy. Oh my God. Time to erase those people. Back them up. Back it up. Get out of here with that. So hit that support button on the channel page. Shoot me a reading request. Live is $20 for 1 full hour. Then the emails is $10 for those email readings. Impact Angie, Healing Botanica and Spa is on the way, hunty. Ain't no stopping us now. Okay, I'm sorry. Now that I'm inspired and I'm excited and I found little places over here I like that look real pretty and people come in there, sit on the porch, you can go in, you got a little place, it's beautiful. Less is more in the country. Come on now. In the country? You got Chi-Town mixed with the sticks. You get your hair did, male or female, shave, facial, pedicure, manicure, and then come around the corner to the other side and get your energy fields cleaned out, child. Get them demons up out there, chase them away, sprinkle you and bless you, and you come back at maintenance and you got some issues. We gonna cure that. We gonna take it all on out. We gonna reverse the curse. Hello? So support Butterfly Totem. And, like I said, we've set a small goal, $40 a day. And that's just to keep us running. That's it. Everything else, I'm doing it. I'm doing everything else. Taking care of me, taking care of them, taking care of everybody that I got belong to me. $40 a day. Help us stay situated. Now we in a safe place, dry, cook, clean, eat, get situated. This is home base, a space shuttle, And again, we're getting the budget ready. I have some numbers rolling around, and we getting that together. And still begging these realtors let me in here so I can see the venue, which one I want to put up there. So um, they say it's difficult for commercial people to come out. I don't know why. You would think there's more money. It'd be easier. I don't know. So that's where we are with that. And chaos always comes when you're about to round the corner and say, you know what, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to do that no more. I'm going to do this. Here they come, honey. Here they come. What you doing? What you think you're doing? Why you doing that? Oh, let's go over here and try that. No, I don't have time. Or you need to be doing this instead of that. Sorry, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm going to do. Whether you like it or not, I'm busy. Takes up a whole lot of my time. I don't have it for you right now. That don't mean I don't love you. That don't mean I don't care about you. That don't mean I don't want to see you do good. Just means I don't have time right now. Don't have time. I don't have time to argue with you. I don't have time to fuss with you. I don't have time to listen to you, bitch. I don't have time to listen to you telling me that I'm not right because I choose to focus on this instead of you. We got to get rid of all of that out the window. So, butterfly totem. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm very excited. And this way, we have something in the family to move it around and spread it around with our babies when they get older. I like that. My grandmama had a spa. Maybe I could sell it and buy something else and do something different with that. See, it's a vehicle. Mm-hmm. So, I'm in the North Carolina area, and I do touch therapy, in-person massages, therapeutic massages. We are not sex workers. I just want to put that out there. Every woman that lists her ad in any venue, Craigslist, Backpage, on the front page of the newspaper, in the classifieds of the local paper, just because you see where it says massage don't mean that she's a sex worker. I just want to put that out there. Okay? Just let you know. If you make an appointment with one of us, you want to keep it, because we don't like no-shows. If you say you're coming, arrive. You get your service for your therapeutic massage, you pay for your services, and you get the fuck out. Okay? Thank you. Don't solicit us. We don't like that shit. So, yeah, that was for Omni too. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So I love y'all. Love you, love you, love you. I hope, again, you're having a wonderful beginning to your week. I am exhausted but happy, and I'm very pleased with the support, the love, the energy, just the overall, rhythm of that drum that I talk about. I'm very happy. I'm in a good place spiritually, healing still from some of the jungle bungle that I went through. I'm very proud of my brother Marcus. Very proud of my brother Lance. He's looking rested, not the puffy eyes, but he's healthy. He's a health freak, all that bodybuilding. He into all that stuff too. So love on our Lance Scurv too. He's a black business graphic designer, artist, lovely, lovely host, just awesome, beautiful person that can just draw people in. He's like the king bee, just everybody gravitate to him. He's such a beautiful spirit, strong, powerful, very intelligent, clever. I could go on and on. I believe in bragging on my folk, and I want to see his studio grow, him get more quality equipment in that studio, have backup devices and things, so that if one of them kind of goes kaput, he could just reach around for his PayPal debit card and go get him another device so he can broadcast and stream and stuff like that, so we can come have somewhere to talk, spread the word. Does that make sense? So Go over to scurvmedia@gmail.com. Put a little bit of something in there for him too. And then you can come back and tell me, you know what, I donated over there to Lance. Could I have a reading? I'll do that too. If you donate to Lance or me, I'll give you a reading. If you give him 20, I'll give you a 1-hour reading. If you give him 10, I'll give you an email reading. Give him 5, I'll give you an email reading. $1, I'll give you an email reading. See how that works? And we are in Virgo now, so these is the Virgo babies. And if your birthday is coming up as Virgo, I will give you a free 30-minute reading live. So if you want that for a birthday bless you from me, that's my little present to the Virgos. And we're going to do it in October, November, December, and we'll start again in January. I'll keep doing birthday readings for people. And we'll have drawings and stuff like that as we start to grow and have little, goodies and stuff like that. So we inching on up there. And bring your friends over there. Go way over there to Empath Angie on Facebook. And then you want to click the book now. That'll book your appointment for your reading if you want to go straight there. My Yola site link is on my channel page too. That'll take you there. You'll see my regular prices, and that is just to show you that this promo that I'm doing for Butterfly Totem fundraiser unity campaign is a deep, deep, deep discount. And it's a hell of a price for, So, yeah, book your $20 reading. I'm going to go rest my bones. I have some studying to do, so I'm going to take care of that as well, which now is almost over. We got, 7 more minutes. So it's almost 3 in the a.m., and I'm going to try to close one eye because I got to open it right back up and get to work again. So, yeah, because I'm learning a new job, and I'm working on Butterfly Totem, and I'm taking care of the wolf pack over here, and I got a 4-legged critter, and I got a lot of stuff going on. So I got to manage all that up together so we can do our powwows and be together and see each other, make sure everybody okay. So let me go get some shut eyeballs, and peace and love, one family, one unity, the village. We're going to heal the nation through Butterfly Totem, one soul at a time. Love you very much. Thank you for hanging out with me. And be good to yourself. Watch out for the professional victims. No more chaos, no more bullshit, no more clowning, buffooning, and cooning. Peace out, fam. Love you.